plan.
I have reasons for doing it.
I didn't say you didn't.
Okay, are we fifth level?
You're out of the game.
It's gonna be forever. What did you get a cucumber?
Little stink. Did you get up there and get a cucumber and find it?
I gave him part of a cucumber.
Oh,
He
okay.
was chewing on it, but I guess he blocked it out.
Yeah, he decided that he had enough of that. Wow. All right, so last time a lot of interesting things happened. Primarily, you guys completed book 1 of Strange AEONS.
Woo!
By defeating Ulver Zandalus, and when he was defeated, defeating a manifestation of the Tatterman, who burst through Ulver and was controlling him, maybe, or something like that. Or Ulver was certainly serving as a conduit that allowed the Tatterman to exercise influence over the asylum.
I can't believe they didn't buy my story when I said I was the Tatterman. You said they all went woo and looked at him.
Yeah, they're like, well,
We bought it.
but yeah, after that battle and the destruction of the Omiridons and the mist began to lift.
Good.
You guys were able to get. Did you capture all the treasure that we talked about last time? Somebody, I hope somebody did. 'Cause I don't remember what all I gave you.
All I know is I'm finally proficient in that +2 short sword I've been carrying around.
There you go.
A book called Chain of Knights, some artwork, Potion of Invisibility, a Scroll of Owl's Wisdom,
That's it.
Masterwork, Cold Iron Dagger, a map,
No,
some jewelry. Yeah,
Got it.
Can I have
Jewelry.
that book for
you can't have it
research?
off, like, no,
not yet.
no, and know what you like, you couldn't have it. Even I know that.
As you guys made your way through the now deserted hallways of the asylum, you know, the suns began to stream in. You know, you found that there was a real paucity of people, whereas before you would run into cultists and that kind of stuff, and there was a real sense of sort of despair, but there was a sense that just around the corner there could be anything waiting for you. That
Danger.
that feeling had dissipated.
Deep dark depression, excessive misery,
Anxiety.
If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
despair, and agony on me.
You guys made your way to the temple
Hey, I have
where
left
Winter
that now.
and you guys had sort of gotten sanctuary for a while and found it empty. And
Praise log.
and then realized that you had gone outside and you found that Winter had brought everybody out into the field out front of the asylum.
That was a pre.
We can see the mainland from
You
here.
can see the
now.
mainland. Oh yeah, the river itself is only about, I mean, the boat ride is only about 200 yards. It's not very far, but the mist had obscured everything.
Right.
The mist was gone. And you could see, looking back, you could see the destruction of the asylum. I mean, it was a broken building. You know, the upper levels in large part had collapsed in, windows were broken, blood everywhere, that kind of thing. But Winter and her crew were busily ministering to people and sort of, and by ministering, I don't mean preaching at them, I mean helping them.
Helping them.
Yeah.
Giving
Getting them
aid.
healed up. You even spotted a few
Administering help.
ex-cultists in the thing who had shed their yellow garments and that kind of stuff. But and you guys spoke briefly to Winter about it, but she was like, look, we're just gonna let it fly.
Yeah.
You know, we're not gonna talk about that they potentially hate people. That's unproductive at this point.
As long as they stop now.
They seemed dazed, frankly. A lot of people seemed like they were emerging from a nightmare.
Right.
And largely they, you know, and you had them. There's only a couple of small boats and there was probably 15, 20, 25 people. So it took a couple of trips back and forth to the mainland, but you finally got everybody sort of across the river and into the town of Thrushmoor. At the start, it's sort of by midday, everybody was across. And there's one moment where you guys were in the last boats. What are you looking at? Where you guys were in the last boats and you sort of look back at the island, and it was only then that you really could see the destruction that whatever it was that had happened there really wrought not only the building. And looking back, you guys were like, there's no way they can rebuild that. It will be a haunted, horrifying ruin from now on.
It's just an abandoned ruin.
It's a ruin now. Especially after, I mean, there's 24 people here who know what went on in there. the story will get out.
Yeah.
As part of that, Winter sort of confessed to you guys that in addition to being, that she'd originally said that she was an inmate here at the asylum, like a lot of people were. But the reality was that she had been sent here. She, in addition to being a priestess of Pharasma, or a genuine cleric, that wasn't one, but she wasn't an inmate here. She had been sent here undercover to investigate strange goings on by an organization called the Sleepless Agency. And the Sleepless Agency is essentially a fairly local detective agency of sorts, investigative, that works on behalf of a variety of interested parties who hire them. They're not licensed in any way, and they don't work for any particular government. They're not government agents. More along the lines of private investigators. So they work for a variety of clients, and they had been hearing about
like a Townsend agency.
Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angels.
Oh yeah, right.
For those uneducated.
But yeah, it took me a minute. So yeah, basically she's like, look, I was sent here because we had heard that there were some odd occurrences taking place in this asylum.
There were.
And there definitely were. But I was here when whatever it was that happened. And I got caught up in it just as much as everybody. But the Sleepless Agency has a fairly substantial branch in Thrushmoor. And she's like, look, when we get back and you guys get settled, I want you to talk to my boss, Cecilia, who is the head of the local agency.
We have enough standing to also talk to the mayor.
Society. Well, so there's no mayor for Thrushmoor. Thrushmoor is ruled by the Baron Lowles, essentially. This is like the county seat. So the Baron Lowles runs this entire county. He's a count, I guess, which is part of Ustalath. So he obviously bears some feudal allegiance to the Ustalavian nobility, but he's a member of it. And his house his manor is a place called Iris Hill, which is, on the hill overlooking the city. So he's the Lowles family. He's the latest. I think this one is Lowles the fourth.
Lowles.
Who's been part of the administrative apparatus. Essentially it's a feudal kingdom, ostensibly a benevolent dictatorship. There is a sort of half
Says the historian that are paid by him.
Yeah, exactly. There is a sort of half-assed town council, but it's mostly for purely local things. Whenever there are any political or administrative decision that needs to be made of any significance, the count or the count's representatives make it. It's not left to people.
Do we have enough clout to talk to the count?
Probably, yeah, but there's a problem there. He's not in residence.
Okay.
So we'll talk more about that.
Well, yeah.
In the coming period. Yeah, you guys look back as you're sort of taking that final trip across the river. Look back at the asylum and just see the destruction wrought by whatever this thing. Your suspicion, and largely it's Alex's character's suspicion. His name escapes me again, like it always does. You're not Tavian. You are Erevar. And Erevar contends that there was something about the Book of Dreams, something about Ulver Zandalus, something they did that caused some kind of connection or planar rift.
As to why we are there and likely why all those problems happen.
That's true. Remember, you guys do have several documents, not the least of which is this one right here, which discusses people that you suspect, it references people that you suspect are you guys who have come in with memory problems. You're not sure where that stems from, but we've got, you were brought here. The other thing as you were passing by, as you look to the north. Now, if you look at the map of the region map, you can see where Thrushmoor is. Thrushmoor is on the very tip of this bay called Avalon Bay that leads into and then there's a river that goes into the thing. Essentially, it's right here on Lake Incarthen. To get to civilization, there's really only one way, and that's to take a boat through to Druma. There's no westward. I guess you could go past Tamrim and kind of go through here, but I don't think that those rivers get through Nirmathas. I don't think that they get past the mountains. So
They start in the mountains.
yeah, it could be, and they flow to the lake. So the easiest way, well, the only way really, would be to sail across Lake Incarthen, come down through here, Druma, into the Five Kings Mountains, and then down south, and you come out here into the inner sea. And then you can go from there to either Almas or Absalom, or Opara would be the closest.
If you wanted to go there.
Yeah, if you want to go there. Largely, Thrushmoor is a fishing village. I mean, located in both a freshwater, so Lake Incarthen is a freshwater lake. So a lot of it is, there's a lot of, Thrushmoor is largely driven by fishing and products of the lake. But there are other industries as well. It has most of the services and things like that. As you guys are passing across the river for the last time, though, you look back, and as you're turning back to look at Thrushmoor, I put a red pillar where you guys will be landing in Thrushmoor near the Fisherman's Wharf. To come into the
Can I
city.
get clam chowder?
Sure, freshwater clams.
You said fisherman's wharf.
Oh, I get it. You guys look to the north, upriver, and about has to be at least a mile or maybe more. But the land is relatively flat in the river valley, so you can see a pretty good way. You see a lone person standing on the edge of the river.
I see a person a mile away.
It's far away, yeah, but it's unencumbered. There's no trees or anything.
That bitch survived.
And she's just standing there watching you guys pull into Thrushmoor,
I'm going after her.
and then she disappears into the wood.
Run past him.
I will run as fast as I need to.
On
I
water?
will track.
Are we not on a boat?
As soon as we land, I will run to that spot.
She'll be coming.
I
back.
will find
You
her.
gonna go there?
No. I want to desperately, but we have shit to do.
She'll find us later. Don't worry.
Oh, I know.
So as you disembark,
It's not
you
us
sort
I'm
of
worried about.
take
It's everyone
stock
else.
of what you've done and what you've acquired. When you have that map, that odd
Bed in the
magical
bath.
map. I'm sorry?
Bed in the bath. We want a bed in the bath.
Food that isn't rations.
We'll get to that.
That's all we want right now.
Not necessarily together. just
No, no.
I appreciate the clarification.
Two
No.
homies chilling in a hot tub 5 feet apart.
Because
Because
they're not gay.
Because of that gay.
Two bros chipping in a hot tub, 5 feet apart, 'cause they're not gay.
What they all said.
Galarian's
So
about to like
you've got that magical map. You've also got a map, another map of Thrushmoor in the roll there that you can write on. If you
Yep,
take notes on.
Yep.
You also have that book, the
Yep. I'm gonna give
Crown of
it.
Knights or whatever. it is.
I'm gonna give it to Erevar soon.
Okay. And yeah, and you guys passed level. So real quick, I'm interested in what, if anything, you guys did for what you guys got for 4th level.
At 6th level.
He got 6
I will
level
send you
features.
outside.
Let me.
So Alex, what's different about your character now that he's 4th level?
So I took a level of investigator,
Ooh, okay.
specifically the sleuth archetype, because the sleuth archetype doesn't get alchemy, because I figured having 1 level of something with alchemy would get useless pretty quickly.
Okay.
2 free cure light wounds potions a day. That's gonna get useless pretty quick.
Okay.
But instead I get a stat called luck, which gives me access to 3 different deeds. 1 is daring, which I can spend a luck point to add a d6 to any acrobatics, climb, escape, artist, fly, ride, or swim check.
Nice.
If I roll a 6, I get to roll another d6, so on and so forth until I stop rolling 6s. Exploding dice.
So auto exploding dice on those skill
I gotta
checks?
spend a luck point, and I only have 2.
That's pretty solid.
I also got a feature called Inspiration,
Okay.
which lets me add a D6 for free to any knowledge, linguistics, or spellcraft check that I have.
Mhm.
Do you have to spend the luck point before you roll?
Or can you, yeah,
I can choose to add this after I roll.
nice.
Same thing goes for the inspiration dice. But the cool thing about inspiration is it's free if I use it on, I can use it on any skill check, but it's free if I use it on knowledge, linguistics, or spellcraft.
Okay.
Doesn't cost any inspiration points. I can also spend 2 inspiration points to add the D6 to my attack roll or saving throw.
Okay.
I only have 3 so far, but next level I get a feat, and I'm gonna take extra inspiration to bump that up to 6.
Very cool.
The other 2 deeds I get opportunistic evasion, spend a luck point as an immediate action after succeeding a reflex save, take no damage to half. And
Nice.
Sleuth's Initiative.
What's that?
So long as I have at least 1 luck point, I gain a +2 bonus to initiative.
Hmm.
And if I have the quick draw feat, my hands are free and under strain, and my weapon is not hidden, I can draw a single light or one-handed melee weapon as part of the initiative check.
Wow. Okay, that's
Quick
pretty
draw-
solid.
Quick draw might get pulled in at some point, but I also don't need to draw my weapon that often because mage, it's more there just to kind of,
Aggravate people.
well, keep me from being incompetent when I run out of it.
Good point. Excellent.
Allow me to still be able to do battle mage things without magic.
All right. Well, that's a solid level, man. That is really good. Second.
It also gave me
Sorry.
proficiency in that one weapon that I have.
There you go. Perfect.
Plus 2 short sword. I'm keeping this
A
for the rest of the campaign.
solid 4th level for Erevar. Grady, what about you?
What did I do?
Where'd you get?
Stop being a cleric? You
Yeah.
decided to take a level in anti-paladin or
Yeah,
something?
something like that, yeah.
That silent had a profound effect on
Yes,
me.
it did. Yes, it did.
I don't have anything for you, Captain.
I took a feat called Persuasive,
Okay,
+2 bonus on diplomacy, and +2 on intimidation check.
nice. You're gonna be an intimidator.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Another feat called Methodical Minds, take a skill focus on knowledge planes.
Ooh, that could be helpful. Thinking ahead. Anything else?
That's about it.
That's about it, huh? All right. Elib, what about you? What does 4th level look like for our favorite half-orc monster?
Elib is still a blood rager.
Okay.
Will
He's
there
a
ever
little
be
bit
anything
stronger.
All right.
Uh,
A little bit angrier.
He gets access to 2 spells.
What?
Blood Rager, baby.
Oh, that's right. Blood Rager's 2 spells.
The first one
Where
is
is this?
Fighting Words, which allows me to pretty much yell at an enemy and damage it.
Okay.
Vicious
It's kind of like Vicious Mockery, yeah.
Yeah, it lasts for 4 minutes. And I can choose at any point to use a standard action to yell at a target and deals 1d6 plus my strength or charisma modifier, whichever one is higher.
Okay.
Which is probably your strength.
Yes. And if I use it, it reduces the current duration by 1 minute.
Very cool. So I'm sure, is anybody else envisioning Elib sort of just like standing in front of a bunch of enemies going, "You suck!"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Ow, that really hurt."
I'm thinking this spawned out of the whole in the complete darkness laughing when I'm
Yes.
the only one standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing horrifying there.
That's what triggered that one.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the other one is reduced person to go along with his enlarged person.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But
Christ.
What?
you're hoping it's enlarged person, but when you cast it the first time, it
Yes,
turns out to be
that's right.
reduced person.
Surprise.
Look, I can do it too. Oh, you got smaller.
As a cleric who's occasionally failed a heal check, crit failed a heal check, I feel your pain. Where I removed a guy's kidney.
That's just,
Um,
but that's just how
Yeah.
we game play this.
That's how you
game.
do it. All right. What about checks? So was there anything else or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Jess.
So it's 4th level.
Jess,
Mhm.
So I
Finally
got
got
a
it
little more
right.
dexterity.
Okay.
Um,
Do you even use dexterity?
No.
Okay.
Why increase
He's the, it's,
Is it 4 later?
no, it is my main stat.
Okay, I was gonna say.
it is the stat for disabled.
I wanted to
things.
make sure. Okay.
oh,
I also got better at disabling things, at escape artist, at knowledge arcana, and I can make Elid big one more time a day.
Nice, okay. That's not a euphemism.
No,
Okay.
I took another level in sorcery.
Because they're not
Gotcha.
gay.
It's not gay.
Because they're not gay. They're not making each other big because they're not gay. All right, cool. Beth, what about fascia?
Another level of war priest. So I
Okay.
got channel energy, which doesn't work the same way as Kevin's does. I got a +1 to my sacred weapon.
Okay.
I got 2 more.
You have an odd weapon, if I
spells.
recall correctly, right?
Kopesh, yeah.
Kopesh.
2 more
It's the
level 2
Egyptian
spells,
presence.
and then I also got a little bit stronger as well.
Erevar got a little more dexterous,
Do you use strength?
got a
I
little
do.
faster.
That's all I use. Yeah.
Mr. Fabian,
It's the only
Dex
stat
is
I
all
have
right, you
that
can
would
still-
actually-
Well, I thought about
Oh,
going
this is
for
gonna be
Dex initially,
fun.
and then I was like,
did you
also
go?
gonna
Did
do
you stick
increase my
with
AC
Slayer, or
by
did you go
1.
somewhere else?
I'd
I
rather just
stuck with
hit
Slayer.
over.
I got a little more,
Weapon finesse, so I hit with that.
my fortitude and my
that makes sense.
reflex increased.
Mhm. I thought you didn't have that, so I
I
was like,
got
what the hell are you doing this if you don't
a
have
little
it?
bit better at hitting people.
That's vague and unsettling.
And I'm debating whether or not I should find a way to piss you off more with not being able to be hit, or if I should be better with my whip. I'm
Less-
debating
I don't think
towards.
it's
I'd
possible.
say being
As,
Oh, I
as a-
disagree.
As a GM, Les loves two things.
Yeah.
First of all, not being able to hit someone, and second of all, them causing bleed.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, those are on my list.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Shadow Duplicate.
I could stand not being able to hit things. That's okay. I just hand out magic missile wands, and then that problem.
Oh, that
solved.
problem solved. Then, yeah, okay.
Bleed.
I've got a better magic missile.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Or
go with
strength.
Shadow Duplicate. That's gonna be
D4
fun.
plus my Arcanist level.
I saw a
Another
great
one.
article one time about variant magic missiles, so you could customize your magic missiles into how they looked and that kind of stuff. It was really cool. And Steve let me do sonic missiles for ink, because I had once upon a time I had designs that ink would be a sonic wizard.
Huh.
And of course that just got fucked.
You never stick with anything.
Well, it wasn't that, it was just like, how can I convert everything to sonic?
It's not like-
It's a sonic ball, it's a sonic beam,
Right.
it's a sonic bolt. I'm like, all right.
I always think, I love thinking about the first time I used bleed effectively in the room full of rocks. I know salamanders, the room full of salamanders.
I have a really hard time figuring out why the sonic exploit for Arcanist is like target. Why any sonic effect is targeted. If anything, they should all act as waves because
Well, theoretically, I think the reasoning behind it, and this may be wrong, but I think that they're saying that you materialize the sonic in a locale.
In the locale.
Yeah.
And the
Because
reason,
otherwise it
the
would
reason
be
for that
cones
is because
2
every
seconds.
time, otherwise it would hit everyone,
So-
including allies.
Mhm.
the thing is though, like for me, there's an exploit for Arcanist, one of their attack exploits that does sonic damage, but it requires an attack roll.
Mhm.
Which seems odd to me.
Range, was it a range attack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spell attack. Range touch attack.
I don't know. Maybe it's that same kind of idea that it's like,
You actually have to hit them in the ear.
yeah.
I don't know,
my ear.
It seems weird to me, and like for me, when I think of a sound attack, it's a wave, like how Burning Hands is, or
Yeah, a cone kind of thing.
a cone attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's sound waves. Either it's a cone or a burst effect. I just don't. I have a hard time with what I know about how sound waves work. I have a hard time justifying them being an attack roll.
See,
Basically,
here's the thing, it's magic.
I know it's magic, and I get that, but at the same time, it's like
Oh, I
It's one of
so
those things
badly
of, like,
want-
it's also the
Not-
thing of
not
like the
gonna delve
Arcanists don't
into
have
it.
a specific get a saving throw against that one guy exploit. They have one exploit that isn't just a straight up range touch attack, and it's the fire one because it's a 30-foot line.
So what do you want us to do right now?
Well, so we'll get to that.
Well, because
Elib,
otherwise I know what I want to do.
worrying.
all right.
I know what you want to do too.
2 seconds. Elib, real quick, one thing you didn't mention was now you have 2 skulls on your belt.
Yeah.
All right, the one, the new one. Do you remember what it does? So Elib,
Melee weapons act as a +1 and they gain favored enemy against a skull type human.
Yep. So she's getting favorite enemy. So
He-
this the
He,
skull.
yeah.
One day.
We're just gonna have to sex change Elib.
No.
It's just not gonna.
No.
happen. So
Head touch.
Consent is important.
Yeah.
we're transing you. I'm gonna get a couple of 2nd grade teachers in here and we're gonna convince you
Sure, that's how that works.
Because that's
Yeah,
what Republicans.
because they're training.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
like they got time for that.
bunch of
Um,
nerds. Yeah.
Like they get paid enough for that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure there's a whole cadre of teachers who are like, well, who are we transing today?
Oh my God.
Who are we transing
Oh,
today?
Jesus.
Please, dear God, do not put that on Twitter.
Cops are more likely to respond to
Do
that than
not
an active
do
shooter.
I know. That thing out of California. Worse and worse.
That was Texas.
There's another thing.
Yeah, you love Texas, yeah. That thing, I know.
I mean, Texas, Texas is talking about seceding, and I say let them.
Oh, yeah,
They've been
Here's the
saying that
door.
for
Let them run
years.
their own country into the ground.
That'll be fine.
nothing like walking yourself into becoming the shittiest country in North America.
Right?
All right, so by the way, I love that belt thing. That is an awesome thing. Eventually, it holds 6, right? Okay.
So
It
just
could be
gets-
problematic for us.
She just gets +1 weapons and favored enemy versus whatever type of spell she puts. They put on the belt.
It varies from skull to skull.
Um,
The power that it's spelled.
The power of
Right.
skull.
Umbrella.
Huh?
Umbrella.
Does any of them great?
Sorry, babe.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
Yes.
Or either of them great by the power
All
of
right.
great?
Yep.
Lastly, before we jump into game proper,
Power of grace.
There's something I want to
You're right,
mention
that
at one
in-game
point,
info.
at some point, because first of all, where's bifocals, but
Mhm.
like the classic kind, you have to do that way.
like Norquith, yeah. The Ben
Something I
Franklin
want to
kind.
do is if he puts the bifocals down, he can get dark vision, or he can add an extra lens that gives him.
All
dark
right,
vision.
that could be.
At some point, does not have to be immediately. but he
Oh,
is a
shit, I
mage, and
forgot
feel
about
like
this.
That is a thing that he could
That's
absolutely.
okay, I did too, so I don't.
So
have
it's,
any
so
extra
there
powers,
are
right?
goggles that would give
well,
you
I will
that.
do.
Just-
Effectively, just flavor
Effectively,
text
that's
him
what they
as
are,
the
right.
lens
I was
that
like,
he
you know
puts on
what,
his
I will.
glasses, because he has
Yeah,
one of those
that's-
anyways, so.
So my character have time to run to a store to get a longbow.
For the love
My
of
character has a
God.
longbow.
So that way, anytime we're in combat,
I'll
we
do
just
that.
Oh,
think,
love
look
of God.
past you.
Can I just punch someone that has
Please.
a bow and take it from them?
I'm surprised you weren't just
Okay.
like. I'm surprised you weren't at some point just like, fuck it. This guy has a longbow. You pick it up. Now you can
There's
use
bound
it.
to be a bow, Fletcher in town.
We
Oh, yeah, there is.
went
No,
through
it's all fishers.
bunch
You
of
have
people.
to sail to Absalom before you get the.
Damn it! Damn it!
Bring in a
It's like a-
basic,
It's like a
regular
4-week
wheel.
travel.
We'll be 14th level before you get a bow.
If we're going that far, we might as well go to Teldor, right?
My favorite part of this is the
I'm in
fact
the
that you didn't even
There you go.
design Thassia to have a bow. It's just because of
I literally
Yeah, I
just
get you
want
a
the
free
bow
bow
so
if we
that
do
you
an
guys
extra
can be
couple
like,
days of
use the
travel."
bow, and I'll be like, okay, I'll whip out the
I
bow.
finally can.
Yeah.
The bow.
Are we
So,
here for a couple of days?
this is
or
a new
just
thing that
pass
we're gonna do.
through?
Okay.
I don't
We're here
know.
for a couple days.
After major events, like the defeating of things, you'll remember last time we talked about how you guys felt something in your forehead, sort of like a sharp pain
brain.
in your brain.
Now.
So what I'm doing is I'm sure I mentioned this before, but I'm writing a thing where you have various powers for tarot cards.
Okay.
To use tarot cards as part of the game. Now, it's not finished, so I can't tell you what the powers are going to be.
Perfect.
But I want everybody to draw a card, and you keep that card. And when I finally have the powers document done,
Ladies first.
what you'll be able to do is it'll have both
She's
good
the only
powers and bad powers. So like in tarot,
Don.
sometimes the tarot cards are played inverted, and they mean different things. If you do like a tarot, and I'm not
Yeah.
You don't know
Fortune
everything
teller.
about it, but yeah.
but I have read a little bit, and sometimes and it means different things when the card shows up and it's inverted to you.
Mhm.
So when you have these cards, you're able to play them. You can play them inverted, which will have a different sort of set of powers. And oftentimes they will have multiple powers that you can choose from.
Okay. With the
Um,
cards we are drawing today, we do not necessarily know what those powers are.
no, my hope is to have that complete by the next time we play.
So
So a month from now, yeah, hopefully, if I
Okay.
manage to find the time. So,
Okay.
so I want everybody to draw a card.
That-
Yeah, you said ladies first, one second.
Ladies first.
Oh my God, this hurts my soul. It's the worst way to draw tarot.
Alex, you're next.
Okay. Just
He lives a guy.
There's a guy.
And Libby's agent.
Now, I don't want to see him
Yeah.
tonight. I don't want to see your cards tonight.
Okay.
Can I look at them?
You want me to
You
draw?
guys can
one
look
for
at him,
you?
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't care. The ace of spades.
Everything that I know about
This one?
is just.
Now, one thing you will notice as you draw these cards is that these cards are rectangular. The cards that,
Wow.
that go in the map were definitely not like these.
Okay.
Has everybody got one?
3 of cups.
Nope, I don't want to know.
Damn it, Libby.
I don't want to know because I don't want to unconsciously alter
Sorry.
the powers.
I feel like I got something that's gonna be great for my character.
Could be the lovers.
If you're sticking with any kind of like thematic.
In this case, I'm writing it for Big Grapefruit, so it's just a general sense.
Or more, like the powers are gonna be reflected.
Oh, yes.
Somewhat
Yes,
reflective to the,
absolutely.
to the things you get, because I feel like I got something that's gonna be great for Erevar then.
All right, perfect. All right, hold on to those cards. Do not tell me, Miss Three of Cups, what they are.
It could also be the lovers because there's titties on it.
That's what I love about this deck, frankly. It's like a remember the nudie cards you used to be able to buy back in the 70s?
No.
My dad had like 4 decks of
I
those.
have a deck.
No.
My dad had a deck.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My
I
dad
don't
had
know.
like 4 decks of those. And because I have 2 brothers, there were cards missing from every deck.
Oh my god.
It's not just a 70s thing.
It's the
Vegas
same
still
cards
does
from every
exist.
Do they? Yeah, some of those cards got me through.
They are unavoidable and will not hesitate to present those cards to children.
That and Colonel Wilma Deering pretty much got me to high school.
Do you want me to draw a different one?
Do you want to draw a different one?
I don't care.
Okay.
If it makes you.
Would make me happy, yeah.
Hey, when you draw it, tell us what it is.
Now the question is, can we tell each other?
Sure.
Okay.
As long as you don't tell me.
So I got.
This card too.
You guys want me to leave the room?
Designed for these.
Well, yes, but not for
previous
this.
shit.
We need to read the module. real quick. Could you leave the room?
This one have titties on it.
It also has titties on it.
All the titties.
Just titties. Titties
Who's
everywhere.
getting all the best cards?
Mine does
I
not
need
have
the
titties.
Hakuna Matatas.
What a wonderful phrase.
My uncle just killed my father and left me for dead. Wow, that's so sad. Have you tried just not worrying about it? If you think about it, that is exactly how it happened.
He's no worry
Just let it
for
go.
the rest of your days.
I know you should be king, but your uncle is now.
Who cares?
My uncle
Actually
just
saw-
killed my father to usurp his throne and left me for dead in the desert. Gee,
You gotta love Eric.
that sucks.
I tweeted a little 45 minutes ago. I tweeted this country is about to get a whole lot gayer, and he already has liked it. He's already liked it 3. So I think he's got it on his phone. And he's just liking everything.
He's got it on his phone. You're his only thing he follows, so
Probably.
it just
Well, I know that.
beeps it every time you do something. So
That's amazing.
Is it your Twitter account that says I only do this so I can follow Tony? That's
That's
you.
best.
The only one I got it for.
Yeah.
Otherwise, anytime that I've seen literally anything else pop up, I'm like, God damn it.
I don't look at it.
Just one more thing.
All
I
right,
try not
You
to.
get across the river and you make landfall in the town of Thrushmoor.
Right.
hate this
It's about midday, somnolent. This is a northern town, so it doesn't have the same sort of sleepiness as the river towns in the south do. Get a little thirsty over there?
Yes.
Would you like me to?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, everybody is getting ready for another hit. Yeah.
I barely scratched
Okay.
mine.
Well, that's how these things work. You can just hold it up. So, yeah,
I'll try a martini. If I don't like it, I'll finish it.
you want a vodka martini instead of a gin martini?
Honestly, I'll try a classic.
Well, to be fair, I think Leslie.
Just
is
to
also-
try it, because I've never tried a
Yeah.
proper martini before. I tried a Vesper before and I wasn't a big fan of it.
So a
Oh,
gin martini is,
mine.
gin is one of those things where it's kind of an
Thank you.
acquired
That's
taste.
what I
Let me
need.
tell you what, let me make you a vodka martini with a twist. See if you like it. If you don't like it, I'll drink it.
Because when you made the Vespers, I wasn't the biggest fan of those. I didn't hate them, but I wasn't the biggest fan of them. I was just thinking trying a regular martini just to see how it is.
Just smash something.
Oh, I know.
Please don't smash my glassware.
Can I do it if it's in solidarity or?
No.
Well,
He's gonna flash.
Can I do it if it's in character?
Uh,
Can I do it if it's in character?
No,
no, I gotta think about it all.
I didn't think about it though.
Oh shit,
All right.
I'm an idiot.
What's
Sorry, I poured a lot.
Oh, it's okay. I'll sip on it.
I'll drink the rest of
13
it by the end
days.
of the night.
Jill,
Sounds good.
Fi Fest.
oh, is that something we do?
It is almost
Oh,
here.
I
yeah, I'm
know.
glad you mentioned that. So I told Libby, but you guys are all invited. D&D pool party.
Mhm.
On July 8th.
No,
No.
23rd
23rd,
Oh.
Yep.
of July. Saturday to 23rd.
Okay.
Are you don't have a gig, do you? Save the date.
Saturday, the 23rd.
Saturday the 23rd.
Aaron will be
So
back from Denmark.
husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, apostle cues, people of opposite sex sharing living quarters.
I saw that in your email.
Squeezes, randos, all welcome. You don't have anything
It's
going
supposed to
on.
be a poker night.
You still play poker?
Is it
We'll be done by then.
by 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be.
Here, done here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll start at probably like 1 or 1:30.
Yeah. We'll leave at 4.
Yeah. By then you'll be ready to get rid of us.
But yeah, no, all you guys invited and, you know,
Sure.
whoever your, you know, whoever your plus ones are also welcome. Andrew and Gordon, Andrew and Sheila and Gordon Jennifer have already said that they're gonna be here, so that'll be good.
Sheila is in your mom?
No.
Doug. I was gonna say, we can talk to Beth's mom.
But, you know.
Other Sheila.
No, I didn't know there was another Sheila. There's
Andrew-
only one
Andrew
Sheila I've ever
Squeeze.
met in my life.
Andrew, who we play with
Yeah.
on Wednesdays, right? That Andrew?
Taz,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, his one.
Wait, his wife is here?
Not a
Where's
wife.
she? Where's he?
Here.
I
I
don't-
St. Louis area.
Partner.
Yeah, he lives
Oh, so
in
great.
Webster Grove
Huh.
or Kirkwood or something like that.
Then who the hell lives in who the hell lives in New York?
Matt,
Is he who plays on Wednesday nights that's in New York?
oh, no, you're thinking Chuck. Where does Chuck live?
Texas.
Texas, yeah.
So he's an hour behind us.
Yeah.
So then why are we doing the game at 8:30 at night? We have like hours and hours on ends in between. I thought that it was because like there was somebody in New York and like their time schedule messed up or something.
No, Matt lives in New York.
Well, 8:30,
I'm so
if he's an hour,
confused.
if that guy's an hour behind us, 8:30.
Yeah, it's 7:30 for him. We're the ones that are in the later, like.
Yeah,
So confused now.
probably to give him time to get off of work, have dinner, spend time with people.
It's possible that Gordon does it because of the phone, but I'm not entirely sure. He never seems like he's in a rush. It always seems like Jen's in a rush, so I'm not sure what
Fair
Nice
enough.
cube,
the
buddy.
reason for it is.
I'm gonna blame Jen.
Okay.
Cube?
Jennifer's a
You
good
want a
person.
gin soaked cube?
It's the most 20s of both.
So, no.
What goes in a martini? Is it just gin?
Gin,
That's a
vermouth.
creepy ass card.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna make you and I a couple of vodka martinis.
It was creepy.
I'll try it.
That's yours.
So vodka martinis are typically done with, so you see olives.
Make sure the
in
less
gin
sees it when it
martinis,
comes
but vodka
by.
martinis are typically done with a twist. Don't show me.
Oh God.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be prejudiced.
What's the name of this?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up later. I'm writing down what this says for.
I mean, I don't think you're gonna be particularly prejudiced with mine because it's probably gonna be what you're thinking of doing with it anyways.
All right.
Excuse me.
It's a high face.
Sorry,
card
Libby,
with
can you say that
secret
again
pages.
louder?
Pardon?
Loud enough so Les can hear.
It's the big bag of feet.
Okay, gotcha. It's a weird name for a card, but yeah.
You got titties, you got dicks on these things. My $3.99 investment in this tarot deck is really paying off.
How late did Doug say he was gonna be?
Huh?
How late did Doug say he was gonna be?
It said around 8. Maybe walking in town.
Fair enough.
Latvian vodka. Classic of the genre.
That was deep.
No, I don't. It's
It's not to my
a
taste. I'll just have a whiskey on the rocks.
Yeah, don't
it's a
worry.
family trait.
I got a bunch of knob Greek, so. Little burn.
We have good digestion.
I like to do this. Let's see. Twists.
My favorite drink probably is amaretto
Why am
sours.
I not on the top? I don't know.
Yeah,
I like amaretto
Here's a nice
sours.
person's message.
I gotta be honest with you, I don't think I've ever had one.
It's sweet, it
Couldn't
goes
tell
down
ya.
easy, and that means I can drink enough of it to get fucked up.
Oh,
It's just amaretto lemonade and maraschino cherry syrup,
Is it, well, what's in it?
pretty sure.
Didn't it have, amaretto is hazelnut? Is that right?
Ooh.
Amaretto hazelnut.
Did somebody say, you shouldn't call it Nutella? And somebody was like, why not? Because they're not called hazelnuts.
Wow.
And I'm like, Nutella is not healthy. Oh. Right, sorry.
Okay.
Somebody else will make cocktails around here for you.
The garage door's closed.
I don't know where
That's
all your
good.
shit's at, so.
So is it Linda's.
So is mine.
I don't have a
I
garage.
also don't know if I don't know, do you have the makings for?
Kind of the
uh,
Linda's is. Did
I'm
you
probably
go
gonna get
there?
home at 1 in the
Yeah,
morning, and there'll be
today.
no parking
Okay, so
space
that's
next to
why
my
you-
apartment.
For an
Got a
amaretto
reservation
thing?
or
Old
something?
fashioned.
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you have the makings for?
We're
old
having
fashioned?
cherry juice. Wait, I might upstairs.
Old
Did
fashioned,
I-
that's.
Should've-
We have two things of.
I know, but they're at the house.
I know, I'm just saying, like, next time we come over,
Right,
you
try
can bring
that, see
one.
how you like
Yeah.
like it or?
Hi, Captain.
Put extra lemon in there to give it some citrus. All right, you guys land on the thing, and the last people sort of exit the boat. It's about midday. You think about some of the things that you found, the maps and things like that, things that got away. The bag lady down the river somewhere out there. And the destruction of the island that you saw as you look back and all the things that were in there, and you know that the future for that island is going to be rough.
Ugly.
Yeah, ugly. Winter says again, I want to introduce you to my boss, Cesadia.
But she's not at the dock.
What about Cecilia?
We're supposed to meet her later, right? Or do we meet her right now?
She's not at the dock.
Okay.
But Winter's going there. She has rooms there. So basically, you guys come here. You cross the bridge into the fish market. Basically, Winter will say, "Look, there's really two places to hole up for travelers in Thrushmoor. One is the Silver Wagon, which is the only really proper inn in the place. The other one is a place called the Stain, which is more of a
Wow, what a ringing endorsement for a building.
Wow.
which is more of a
Piece of shit.
tavern. But they do
It's a black light
sometimes
community.
lease. They will sometimes rent out some barn space to travelers that aren't.
Okay, so syphilis, and what was the other place?
The
Gonorrhea?
Stain and the Silver Wagon.
Silver Wagon. Okay, is she going to the Silver Wagon?
She's going to the Sleepless Agency. So if you look at those maps, all these
So the
places are
Sleepless
listed.
Agency has like a dormitory for agents.
Yes.
Okay, and we're not members.
Agency, yeah.
No.
yeah.
No, you're
Not even close.
no. Winter would have recognized you. She doesn't. So Winter doesn't recognize you.
Okay.
But Winter, before she came across the river, she's from out of town. So she's from Almas originally.
She's not a townie.
She's an out of town. Her base, but Cesadia, the office lead here, brought her in from out of town
Thank you, Phil
specifically because there were some crazy
Thanks
things
for
going
laughing at that
on,
joke.
and they wanted a new face.
So she wants us to meet with her boss.
Yeah.
At that location,
Mm-hmm.
which she tells us where it is,
Tonight, yeah. Well, it's on the map.
and we're gonna meet
I
them,
made you a couple of maps.
and we're gonna meet them there tonight.
True,
tonight.
true. You made us maps, but we
And
don't
then- and
necessarily.
until
know
then,
the
we can do
name of
anything
it.
we
You
want.
want us to look at the
Well, it
map?
literally says Sleepless Agency on there.
And until then, we can do anything we want.
Yes.
Hey.
Anything they want. Doug's here.
Finally, I made it.
We're glad you did.
Praise be.
We want to go. Neelip and I want to go to the Silver Wagon.
So yeah, so the Silver Wagon's up here.
Okay. We want to go there.
Hi, baby.
And then the Sleepless Building is over here.
Okay.
All right.
So we're across the bridge, and then we're gonna go up and go to the.
You could write on this one too.
Okay.
Which one's the nicest one?
Do we have any fun?
Can I fix you something?
Yeah, I'm going to the
You got
state.
Yes.
like the Diet soda, I mean, something with caffeine.
Commissioner
Can do.
And trying to
Oh,
stay
you
awake
mean
all
extra
night?
funds? Okay, hold on.
Huh?
Yes,
Trying to
let me
stay
find
awake the
out.
whole session tonight?
Well, it always helps when you're
want a
not,
glass?
yeah, it's nice, when you're not like pounding the drinks.
You were a little squiff last night when we got to talk, you remember?
Yeah.
Doug, I'm surprised.
Betsy, you have a small wooden shield
That's
plus
okay. I
one. You're
just
gonna keep that?
got
Yeah.
a bottle of it. I'll drink it off
I already
my
have it
cup.
on my face sheet.
Feels like a drinking night. Yeah, it's drinking night. Cass is like, Cass comes out and gets me. She's like, I knew when you said you were gonna be online with Wes. You were gonna be, I was gonna have to come down.
Passed out.
You didn't blame this on me, did you?
Well, no,
Les got me hammered.
huh?
Les got me remotely hammered.
Remotely hammered.
No, Cass just knows Doug.
Yeah,
Yeah, she does.
okay.
You guys want to go to Silver Wagon?
I'm going to the
Yes,
stain, but
we're going to Silver Wagon.
You're gonna go to the
Okay,
stain?
question that-
You guys are splitting up?
What's going on? They're going to the Silver
which was
Wagon. I'm
nicer?
going to the stain.
Silver Wagon's
Wagon's
nice.
going- What do you think
Yeah,
based
okay.
on
Yeah.
names?
Silver Wagon is nice.
Yeah.
I'm
that-
go-
and
where you're
Aramar's
going?
kind of
Yeah.
posh.
That's where I'm going.
I'm
I'm
supposed
going
to
to
get
the
a
nicer
card?
one.
Just based purely on name,
Do
which
not
of those
tell me
two
what it
would you
is.
say is probably the nicer one?
Yeah.
But hold
And
on.
why-
keep it,
Doesn't make a difference really, my name.
And don't
Fair
tell
enough.
him what's well on your card.
No.
and
Yeah.
keep it.
Be sure to tell him immediately.
No, just until next time we play. Well, yeah, I mean,
You can tell him if there are titties
you
on
can,
it.
you can.
That's
yeah, you
true.
can tell me if there's titties on it.
We all
Well,
want to
we
know if
start
there's
that
titties on it.
Yeah, it's down here more.
Listen,
So several are going to the Silver Wagon. At least one is going to the Stain. Is anybody in the company Tavian down there?
I'll go, yeah.
That's who you're gonna go with Tavian?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you have tape?
Ready?
Let's draft tape.
Yes.
Thank you.
While I'm choking on a beef stick here.
I appreciate it.
That's not.
Did you say choking on a beef stick?
Yeah, I did.
God, I hate when that happens.
Oh, me
Hate
too.
choking on beef sticks.
This country's already.
Consider the children
oh,
feet.
you wanna play?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
We do the same. depending on where you look.
Easy. Listen, I was just being nice. I was just all of a sudden, he, she, he. It's time to play.
So on our way to the Silver Wagon, I need some extra funds.
Oh dear
Oh.
God.
Okay.
He's gonna try and run.
So-
You're gonna try and pickpocket somebody?
Yes, a local merchant as we go by.
Holy shit.
Wow.
So what are
I'm
the things
glad
that
I separated.
So where am I in all this?
That
Well,
depends. You
there-
want to go to
so
the
the
stand
party
or the
is
Silver
splitting up.
Wagon?
Watch
So
your
there's-
pocket.
There's essentially two drinking establishments and lodging establishments in the city. One is the Silver Wagon, which is definitely probably the city's only real inn. The other one is a place called the Stain, which is more of a tavern, but they sometimes let out their barn, unused barn area kind of thing. People sometimes stay there if they don't have a lot of money. That kind
That's a social. thing.
of thing. Thassia and Tavian are going down to the Stain to check that out. But as far as I know, everyone else is going to a place called the Silver Wagon.
I believe so.
I'm going to the Silver Wagon.
One of the things you notice about the town, you get here about midday. And like I said earlier, it's a northern town. So it's not like midday in Houston where everybody's like sweating their balls off
Right.
and they're wearing sombreros and sleeping. It's you don't
Just got
Yeah.
mildly
Is
racist
that
here.
it's more than a little racist?
Just
why people can
Ah.
wear sombreros and sleep.
Keep the sun out of their eyes.
Not
The
sure if
reason
that's decent
sombreros were
reason.
designed was because they provided a great deal of shade.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
I apologize.
they wear the appropriate headwear for someplace warm where they can.
Sleep.
What I'm
every
saying
night.
is that
yeah.
midday in a southern city and midday in a northern city have a different feel to
Yes,
it. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yes.
Without the racial.
yes.
I do not
Um,
believe they are.
In this case, though,
We may need to make a
Thrushmoor
push.
seems very quiet. You can tell that the fishing boats are out, in the fields because you can tell where they dock, right? You guys bring your boats in, and they're not there. They're out working. But as far as people like kind of kicking around in town, there's not a lot of them, and they're pretty
We finished that book.
I guess if you had to characterize the general attitude of the people of Thrushmoor that you see,
Yeah.
it's, if you had to render it down to one word, it would be furtive. You see them hurrying from place to place. They're in small groups, 2s and 3s, no singles though. Everybody's going around in groups of 2s or 3s. They're kind of a little bit astonished when they see the bunch of you kind of moving through the streets. That's, nobody speaks to you or anything like that. You see a few wide eyes though. I don't know that you would be able to get close enough to anybody to rip them off. Because
They're
people are,
paying attention to me because I'm this big ass
well, that's true.
motherfucker.
He is a big ass motherfucker.
Big ass.
So you're trying, are you
Mr.
actively
Big Ass
trying
Motherfucker.
to sort of like
So-
draw attention so that he can get around and,
Do I even have to actively do that?
Okay, so here's the thing.
okay,
Okay. When I built this character,
Uh-huh.
I had starting cash and I bought stuff.
Right.
And I had cash left over.
Right.
When we started the scenario, I didn't have any of that cash or any of my stuff, right?
yeah, but you got it all back. And you guys found treasure, didn't you?
Okay, so we got all of our stuff back also?
Yeah,
Yeah. It was in the big pile.
from the beginning, yeah.
Okay, then I will not need to.
Let me put
Yes,
this,
yes, we did. Yes, we did find some treasure. Let me tell you the
not a lot of money.
A lot of items, I remember.
14 gold pieces.
That's all I gave you?
Yes.
Man, I am a
My-
DM.
My leftover
Yeah,
gold.
apparently.
So
My
So-
leftover gold from my original
So
spending
we're going to something called the Silver Wagon for all of us to stay. They probably want money for us to stay there.
It was 40.
Could be.
Gold pieces?
Yeah, 40 gold pieces.
Where do we get 40?
At the very end, we got 40. We got 40 gold pieces, a bag of 6 pearls, which were 20 pieces or 20 gold pieces each.
Okay, I didn't get.
As we pass
Hold on.
through.
Okay,
to
I
get
didn't
to
write that
the
down.
Silver Hand, are there
Mhm.
like,
Why not?
we're past like a market square.
Ah.
deal.
Well,
The pearls
Not
were how
really.
much?
it's just mostly just
20
like
pieces
shops
each.
and
20 gold
houses.
pieces each.
there's no real
And how
town
many?
square, at least as far as you.
So no
6 of
market
them.
stall vendor.
So about
outside.
120
Yeah, I mean,
gold.
to a certain extent, cart guys, things like that, they're there.
Dead here.
But
Is there
everybody
a
seems,
bakery?
yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna go buy a fresh loaf of bread.
I also got red leather boots for some reason.
Is that right?
Steel mirror, a wooden holy
Silver,
symbol,
silver.
a silver dagger.
Hold on,
You got change for a gold?
He does.
I'll take 2 then.
Is this a typical town? Like, what,
Yeah.
any kind of
What's the word?
unusual things? Because
Well-
I'm hatching an idea.
Is it a
It
conventional?
depends
town
on
or
how you
conventional-
define unusual. In this case,
Provincial town.
Provincial, that's the one.
it's your general impression is that
Okay,
people in this town seem a little on edge.
Luke, give me.
You're not
give me
sure
the
why. Could be have to do with the fact that
I got
just
6
across the
pearls. What
river,
else?
6
the
pearls, 40
asylum
gold
was covered in
pieces.
mist and screams and howls
silver
came out of the
dagger,
mist,
masterwork.
and then the mist disappeared, and now there's 22 dozen people coming across the thing in the Thrushmoor. So they're probably a little nervous about
Okay.
that. But in
Red
general, you
leather
just get a
boots.
Weird vibe.
Their heels.
So it probably might not be the best thing if I were to conjure
Their heels.
a servant.
Yield
Yeah,
boots.
no,
High
they're-
heel.
yeah, they're, yeah.
I definitely.
That was
shouldn't be
part of the
doing things.
specificity for some reason.
So
Okay.
They look hot.
Okay.
Steel
It might
mirror
be
and a
more
holy
tolerant
wooden
here
symbol.
than
A wooden holy symbol.
originally imagined.
I
Because
phrased
we
that
are in
weirdly, I'm
Ustalav.
sorry.
Which is the home of many undead.
Excellent.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, wow. Transylvania.
Put it this way, when people run Curse of Strahd and Pathfinder, it's set in Ustalav.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I got that on, I bought that for Roll20.
Curse of Strahd,
Yeah,
supposed to be awesome.
it is awesome. It is good.
I'd love to play it sometime.
So as you guys are walking through, you see Erevar duck into a bakery, comes out with two substantive loaves of bread. They look very much like the titties on his card.
I don't have titties on my card.
Oh, you ruined it.
It looks like the titties on my card.
There we go.
Looks like never mind.
Theoretically,
She's like,
yeah, so
Huge loaves of bread.
you did get your starting cash back. Everybody who may have thought that they did not get their starting cash back when they found their equipment in that big pile in the first day of Strange AEONS, you did get it back. The people who put that equipment in that pile did not care about money.
Okay,
Yeah, we weren't looted per se. We were disarmed.
Nudified.
Unencumbered.
Yeah, that's the best way for
That's the
it.
best way to put it.
Our belongings were liberated.
There we go.
They were given to the state.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even really liberated. They were discarded as unessential.
okay.
Remember when you guys
Man,
started,
I
there was
was
And
a
this is what we
big
found at the end,
pile
not
of
the
stuff.
very first day.
Mhm.
Boy, I wish money was.
The first night we played this, yeah, you guys found your.
I don't think you
your-
divvied up the money.
Why is she
I had
not at a
no
boat
money.
forever then?
She never had
25
one.
gold pieces.
Well, because that was one of the minis that you gave me in that huge collection. It was the only snake one that I had. So
Okay. Yeah,
I,
it had
I
nothing-
grabbed that, yeah.
Yeah, she never
Because
made.
Les said,
her
get a mini or I'm gonna
so-
make one for you. And I
Okay.
was like, I don't trust Les.
Okay,
I'm gonna bring a snake lady.
Yeah,
Wait a second, whoa, let's walk that back a
Yeah,
second. You
yeah.
trust me to make you a pawn? I
You,
can pawn
you gave Luke a person that
Makes
told him
sense.
pigs. They called him Peg Boy in the beginning.
Then we rented the
Thanks for
asylum.
bringing
that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't need money here.
Right, exactly.
Thanks for reminding me.
yeah, that's fair, big boy.
You're welcome.
I'm working on making a mini for Erevar on Roll20, on not Roll20.
Hero lab or a hero
so yeah,
quest.
that's.
okay, so I'm not allowed to pick pockets.
You're
so-
allowed. It's just speaking as a DM, and I think you should know this. It's a huge pain in the ass. But if you want, if you want to try and rob somebody, you can try.
I will do it later.
You can
At
try.
night.
I will be doing it later.
At night.
In a
I'm guessing
tavern.
cheese was not sold at the
At night.
bakery.
I'm gonna go to the stain. and
No,
they
not
would
cheese.
expect it.
May I find the local cheese mart?
Sure, there are plenty. There are a couple.
Purchase a wedge of cheese.
No one
Alright,
expects it at
you're
the same.
accumulating a charcuterie board of sorts.
I'm getting lunch.
What, three silver?
Cool.
But you did, I mean, the wedge.
I'm
is like
amazed
this
that you
big,
can
it's like a
read
huge-
that.
I just need it.
I'm pretty sure I did.
2 silver.
Okay.
How many rooms do they have
I paid
available
them.
at the Silver Wagon?
All right, so you guys haven't actually got there.
Okay, we want to go there.
Apple.
Cart guy,
Okay.
1 silver for 3.
Cool. 1 silver for 3.
Okay.
I'm getting lunch for
Alright.
me and like maybe one
So
other
you
person.
guys, so at some point, Winter and several of the people that come over on the boats, we sort of split off and go in different directions. and go
We'll
looking
meet
for
you later.
Several come with you to the wagon because they were frankly inmates at the thing. And now that things have returned back to normal, they're exhibiting, you see a couple people who are exhibiting signs that maybe would indicate that they're not quite
Maybe they belong to them.
secured. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, the reality is that the Briarstone Asylum was a well-known place where people with magical and mental illnesses could go for treatment. You know, those treatments may or may not have been complete at the time of the incident, the event.
The incident.
The incident, we'll refer to it as the incident. And now, though they're not cultists maybe anymore, or they're not refugees anymore,
Still not normal.
they may have returned back to their old problems.
I see.
So some of them are like coming alongside you guys into the Silver Wagon. You know, some of them are sort of wandering about.
They no longer have bigger fish to fry.
Right, exactly. So, but they're also no longer asylum inmates. Is it inmate the right word? It's not the right.
Residents.
Inmates,
Patients.
inmates, the correct word based on how
Right.
they're treated. Patient is the term they prefer.
So what did you think of
Not, you know, it's good. Huh? You don't like it?
I definitely don't like vodka.
You know what they say? What did Ron Swanson once say? Clear liquors are for rich women on diets.
There you go.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to rich women on diets.
Cheers to
I'm a
rich
rich
women on
woman on
diet.
diet. All right. So
So we're on our way.
yeah,
He stopped and got some lunch.
he's stopping in various places. He's stopping
He gets
at
to do what he
Cart Guy.
wants.
Yeah, he's getting like he's got some bread, he's got cheese, he's got apples.
He's the
He's sort
only
of
one
like
walking
piling
alone.
this stuff
Huh?
up.
He's the only one walking alone.
Yep.
No, he's not. He's walking with you guys. He's like he'll run into a shop as you guys walk around, and then he'll run back out. So he's not ditching you guys.
Per se.
It's just
Per
like Call of
se.
Cthulhu. Cthulhu all over again.
This is supposedly an Eldritch Horror type campaign.
Oh, I think you guys have run into several. I mean, frankly, fetus bombs. That's a Cthulhu thing.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I've still got the psychic eyeball parchment
There you go.
tapestry thing folded
Alright.
up in my bag.
Wink at me.
So
Probably.
Silver Wagon, you see, is doing it's a little bit in the early afternoon. It's doing a desultory business. There's a couple people in and out, that kind of stuff. As you guys go in, it's a fairly comfortable common room. There are several people at tables, some of them finishing up the last dregs of a trencher lunch, that kind of stuff. Ale, it's sort of that interstitial period where the lunch crowd is leaving and the afternoon drunkards are settling down.
Selling in.
Yeah, settling in for
Happy hour.
happy hour. Yeah, exactly right. There's a woman behind the bar that looks vaguely familiar.
It's the bag lady.
That's not the bag lady.
It's your twin.
It's the baguette lady.
No, I already saw them. That's why I got the loaves of
Right, we
bread.
got the huge loaves of bread. She had huge
Loaves of bread.
Huge loaves of
It looks
bread.
like
I
a
mean, just
Older,
Huge
but fit.
loaves of bread.
And you guys come into the common room, you kind of look around a little bit and that kind of stuff. So she's behind the bar and she's serving somebody else and she kind of looks over and that kind of stuff. And then, she sort of finishes up, serving the people at the bar. And then she sort of comes over, she's like new customers and kind of thing. And she walks over and you can see her as she's walking behind the thing. She's like, oh. And she's looking at Eva and you. I was like, boy, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'll vouch for them.
Take your big half orc ass down to the stain. You are disallowed from this place.
Lady, I'll vouch for them.
Who are you?
The
There's a
fuck did I
towel
do?
oil press on my coat.
Oh, you're gonna play dumb now? You don't. Wait, you're just gonna pretend that it didn't happen.
I'm just gonna look down at the towel oil press on my coat and be like,
What if you guys did something with?
This is the Taldor. If you're with her, you can fuck off too. All y'all can fuck right off. Because
I made the right
I
decision.
can't wait for our friends to join
Oh, I
us.
know. It's gonna be so great. The stain's gonna be a
you're gonna
great
pretend
place.
like you don't know what happened, Elib.
I hold up 2 gold.
High five.
You guys did something before we.
Do I
lost
look
our
like
memory.
I know?
Never go to
What'd
the
I do?
expensive place.
It's only been a little over a month.
I'm holding up 2 gold.
Yeah. Are you with these two?
3 gold.
Are you with these two? Your gold's no good here. You still owe me for the tab that you left here and the fight you started and the damage you caused. So until that gets paid, you guys are banned. All y'all are banned. Get out.
Wow.
Never go
What are
to
you
the
talking about?
expensive place
Yeah.
on a campaign.
No, I'm not with
Never
that.
As
go
for-
to the
as for you,
expensive
Tiny,
place.
No,
You're with her, him.
Oh, I'm definitely with him.
Get out.
I will. I'm asking the GM something.
Oh, sure.
Um,
On a segment.
Sorry, I was in.
Because the
I
lady's
know.
angry.
Aravar's just.
I'm
switching
looking
gears. I don't know.
for pottery, glassware, anything behind the bar.
There's a ton of stuff. So, I mean, typical bar, there's bottles, crocks, that kind of stuff. Glassware all over the place, big rack,
Crockery.
mugs, wooden things. I mean, there's stuff all over the bar. There's people at the tables. Now, it has grown silent in this place because
Now, she's specifically yelling at them or just?
All
she
of you.
specifically said Elib's
Okay,
name.
All right. So we're just guilty
She's
by
like,
association.
Yes.
you're banned.
Just checking.
You don't come in here until I get you to pay your tab and you pay the damages.
That's why. That's-
And then you can go talk to the constables up at the fort and see if they want anything with you, because the freaking count can't protect you here. I don't give a shit what the count says. He's not in town. You owe me. And you're disallowed from here until I get paid.
Can I at least know what I did?
You really?
They've been stricken
You
with.
destroyed my place.
They've
I
been-
cannot believe you destroy so many places that you can't remember the ones that you destroyed. Really? Is that the excuse you're giving me?
They've been
Just
stricken with
bail.
without a
You
match.
ran
Just
out on the
bail, go
tab,
to the
which is
stain.
like
We're already
30
there.
gold
Where are you
of
guys?
things.
We're
You
going
beat
to
up
the
2
stain.
guys. You crushed
went to
crushed
where?
3
The
of my
stain. I'm going
tables.
to the other
Oh, they're-
tavern.
It's the front of
Uncounted
your
chairs.
place,
I had to go down to the thing
I'm kinda
to get all those
along for the
chairs. It cost me a lot of money.
what's going on.
You're banned from here until I get paid.
I was like, there's no way that going to the nice place.
I
with
can't believe you're
Amnesia is
back.
going to
I
go
thought
well
I
for
thought
us.
you
So,
left town.
that, if that's the case, go to the shittier place. They're not gonna care.
They're not gonna
Are you
care.
finished with
Yeah.
your ranting?
Who are you?
A patron who would very much appreciate you.
Are you with these two?
I've never seen them before in my life.
Go down to
Aaron Dar, don't say that. Aaron
That's
Dar.
like-
Throw us all under the bus.
She looks
Oh,
at
no,
me,
no.
she's like-
Aaron
he goes-
Dar.
He goes, I've never seen these people before in life. And so she goes, oh, I'm sorry about that. I apologize. And so she waves over. her
Wait,
phone.
wait, no,
Take
I-
care of this guy.
Jackson's saying, Aaron Dar, what do you mean? Are you gonna leave us high and dry?
It's not
That's
even his
not my
name.
Erevar.
Someone's got to be able to be in this
Erevar?
tavern if we need information out of here.
Okay,
So she's like, a younger woman comes up to you and says, excuse me, sir, I'm sorry that you've gotten involved in all this, unpleasantness.
Casting message.
Please follow me to a table.
Yes, I'm casting message.
I'm ignoring it.
Call waiting.
Jesus
Go ahead and tell me,
Christ.
what do you say?
I will,
I'm going to see if there's any information we can gather
Oh.
here. She seems very stubborn about not letting you or anyone
Okay.
associated with me.
GM.
Yep.
Seeing all of this though,
Mhm.
I am going to also play dumb. Because I'm not with them.
I'm not playing.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
We know.
However, I'm gonna be like, gee whiz, now I'm really curious, ma'am. What in the hell happened
Well, yeah,
here?
exactly.
That, so
Give me-
basically, I'm gonna try to get the story. So, because knowing that we all lost our memories, something like that,
Right.
I'm gonna try to get the story and then relay it back to you.
Please
so-
don't get into
you know,
the.
So what are you just like, hey, what happened with these?
Right,
Pretty
exactly.
much,
Why do you
Yeah.
think- Yeah.
And she's still busy. She's like,
No, no,
get
that's fine.
out. So she's like, I'll
Order an ale.
I'll be
This
with you in a
guy,
moment.
go to the back.
You two out. And anybody who's with them, are you with them?
No, milady,
I am not with him
out
currently.
of curiosity, how much do they owe you? Repair costs?
Well, I'd have to look at my
We're gonna
notes
get
from
the
last
best
night
place.
when I was drinking with Doug, but it's a lot.
Very descriptive, thank
So
you.
the tab was 38 gold pieces, 6 silver pieces, and that's without the damage,
What?
which cost me another 20 gold pieces to get the chairs and the tables done. And that's before the lost people.
Is
Yeah.
this
Would
in
100
character,
gold
right?
cover it?
Okay,
Uh-huh.
She looks a little nonplussed at you. She's like, well, yeah, of course. 50 gold. Cut.
Then 50 gold it is, just to have this settled.
to the GM,
Yeah,
after she's, belittled
she's angry.
Elib and I,
And she seems a little shocked that you guys would even show up.
and when she turns her attention to our good friend Erevar, who has claimed to disown us, I
Yeah.
cast Mage Hand and knock a bunch of pottery and glasses off the shelves behind the bar.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh,
so
okay,
I am doing
much.
it stealthily.
Oh,
Might as
sweet.
well.
Hold on.
Sweet. Beautiful
Jax
cobalt, man.
hates people like this.
She
The
rolled
people
a
that are righteously
natural
pissed.
19 on perception.
Perception? Well,
She knows it's you.
well, no, she's
Yeah,
not.
hold on,
You see-
hold on,
hold on,
hold
wait,
on.
What is, I haven't rolled my stealth check yet. What is
You
her
can't stealth
bonus?
and when you're under direct observation, you can stealth.
She's
I
talking to
I
him.
said while she was talking to him,
And he can slide it.
after,
It's a bar room.
after
They're-
she's
I mean, we're all
berated us,
disclosed.
after she's berated us and she is
He can
addressing
sleight of
him,
hand.
All right, sleight of hand.
it's part of my whole build.
Oh, right, fine.
Let me play my character.
Spellcaster.
I'm sorry, I wasn't allowed to pickpocket, now I can't cast spells.
That's right.
I'll go
Cats are
home.
banned.
Fun.
Bob making me play a druid.
I know.
Exactly.
Totally-
Do any Bob
Totally
less?
bobbing. He's totally bobbing us.
Stop bombing the site
I
blasts.
will say though,
Don't be
I would
such a
take
cunt.
any of that.
in Les's defense, first edition, in 3.5, you have to have you have to have a feat to do that.
What is this?
Yes, I have sleight of hand and stealth.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, you have to have a.
That's 3.5 though.
Just
This
in
is
your
Pathfinder.
defense, I'm like,
Steve is dick in Aramaic.
huh? Yeah.
We learned that recently.
We had that conversation earlier.
My
Okay,
question, my
you're-
counterpoint to
so you're
that
gonna
though
stealth. All right,
is
give me a
this
stealth
is
roll.
Pathfinder.
Hold on,
It's
hold
So
on.
she
also-
rolled a natural 19, which gives her
Hold on.
a perception of 23.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Elib is.
fuck, nice.
She
I'm
is also-
assuming Elib is sort of like standing at the bar, going, "What the hell are you talking?"
Confused.
This is also when she's like
I'm so
directly
very
speaking with
happy.
me.
Well, so she's
Was
sort
that-
of like imagine there's a bar.
what shows
You
you
guys are
right,
sort of
baby.
over
Oh,
here.
yeah.
They're at the door.
I was like,
I'm
there's
gonna
no-
go
going
trail
like
next by
this.
you.
That's
so I
why,
have more
like,
space.
I had her
I
attention.
was like, there's
He
no
did this
way
specifically when
with
she was looking
amnesia,
over
at least one of us has not been to nicer place.
So she's like, you're like, will 100 gold pieces cover it?
I
And she's like, yeah. that's
translated
covered.
most, I
She's like,
think I translated the
60
majority of
gold
it pretty
pieces
well,
covered,
but there's a lot of.
your
people I'm not
internet's
sure,
working?
that's why I was a question.
It was. I don't know if it is now.
Is now.
Any sections that I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know
now.
the name of the word at
It's
all.
still working.
So,
Beautiful.
yeah, if he gets away with this, cool. If he doesn't, I'll make it 100 gold.
Where'd you get all the money?
Yeah.
Rich parents.
Stole
Yeah.
it.
I have like no money.
All
I
right,
literally
so
started with the
are
rich
you
parents
rolling
trade.
a
I started with
stealth?
900 gold and I'm a
Doug?
mage. I didn't spend that hardly any of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Doug, we have whatever the starting stuff for your class, what it's in minus whatever you do with that.
I think I spent it all.
okay, so I rolled a 12,
He bought a lot of stuff.
plus my 13 is 25.
25. Okay. All right. So she doesn't see you until things start popping off of her
Right,
shelves.
so things start falling on your shelf.
Mm-hmm.
First glance is probably looking at the shelf, and then
Oh, yeah.
immediately looking at,
around.
and then immediately looking at Elib and I.
Well, she knows about you two.
About what?
Somehow. Well, she knows you two are together because
Okay,
she's
His
been
first
talking.
level was not made.
she has no idea that I cast spells.
That's true.
That's true. So
Well, I am 30 feet away from that
yeah,
shelf.
but she knows you're a little shit. So
Oh, I fully agree. Now she's gonna blame me for anything that goes wrong in this thing?
Yes, probably.
That's not
you're-
good business.
I mean,
Ghosted it.
I am going to come back
This
to this
isn't a
bar every day forever,
This
just
isn't
to f with her
this
now.
isn't a court of law. She can believe whatever she wants.
Yes, she can.
And,
deal with that.
Sounds like destroyer.
I am so excited for you to do so.
And I am going
I
to,
believe
So
it.
she looks back and
100%.
she's like, now she's gone. Now she was at like an 8. Now she's at 11.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, motherfucker. And
Well,
she's
Elib,
like
we're
running
leaving.
over. She's like trying to eat things. And she comes over and Elib, I'm assuming you're still standing sort of in the sort of halfway in and halfway out. She goes over to you.
I don't even know that you did that, so I'm,
well,
So she goes over to the
Come on, Elib,
thing
we're leaving.
and she's looking around. And she's like,
said
where is that little shit friend of yours?
responsibility, so I'm good.
oh no, I'm right there. I just did it
Yeah.
stealthily, the spell casting.
Oh, okay. She's like,
I didn't have to go anywhere to do it.
all right, so she can see you. So basically, she's like, every time you guys come in, some weird shit like this happens. Get out.
That's a fair counterpoint.
That is fair.
Both of you. And anybody who's with them. You three aren't with them?
I don't know. No, remember
All
my
right, you guys are
plan.
fine.
My
Erebor,
plan-
you're staying here?
Does that not
I'm
not
not
require
this
like
one,
a
like
deception
this one.
check? of
But
some
I haven't
kind?
given them my name yet.
Right,
So
she's
Huh?
doing it,
I
yeah.
haven't given them my name yet.
Just looking at
my
you.
own amusement, would that not require like a bluff check in order to like, because we've all been together
thing
for
is,
God
You guys
Erebor
came in at the
is
same
up
time.
with
I
break.
think I will require a bluff check
So-
from you guys.
just because it's more fun for me.
Unless. if
But
you're-
someone should
so
be in this tavern, so we have an
Erebar's
accurate,
actually interacting with
widespread
the woman, and as is
We can't all get kicked
Doug's
out.
character. So
Or Doug's character will be.
Dustmar.
Right.
But you haven't said anything to me, so you may just be like,
I'm just like, wait to see what.
if that's the case, then you just roll in and you don't have to roll it. Or bluff.
I merely want a peaceful resolution to this.
So- Erevar, Elib and I are leaving. Are you gonna stay here?
Who are you? She says to you.
He's Erevar. He's a mage.
Of chaos.
That is
That
my-
He's a war mage. So you better watch.
Chaos.
Do you guys know each other?
Yes.
Is capable of. We met on the way up here.
We've been traveling for several days. We fought the bag lady.
Did you forget it, man?
Are you suffering from amnesia?
Deception check, a bluff check from you.
That's not gonna go well.
I know when I rolled.
12.
Natural 18. So,
Yeah, well,
all right.
I didn't
so
say
she's
anything.
like, all right, you're out too,
What if
unless
I
you've got that money.
put 60 gold on the table?
Oh, Erevar, money is gonna be more important than
Another
friendship.
20 for what just got broken.
Oh,
Because it's
Hana.
their fault. I can't prove it, but it's their fault.
Oh.
So he puts 80 gold pieces on.
I
the
can't
bar.
believe you're leaving us high and dry, Erevar.
He looks at you guys, looks at you, and she's like,
Oh my God, I'm so
Again,
happy.
My character hates people like that.
Takes the money.
I don't know what that means.
I
Just
haven't
give you
read
a
you
mistake.
today.
Did I answer your question from before?
I'm
My
sure
name
we're-
is
Is that a
Erevar.
weird
Seeing all
cycle
things
thing,
up.
or is that just?
Paladin, right?
It's a,
Imperial Battle Mage of South of the Kingdom.
a story of riding
Long way
fast
from
and
home,
furiously.
That I
On
am.
horses?
There are seven.
Bit of amnesia.
I go over behind
Few weeks.
Erevar and just pat him on the back.
Same as
feel-
that.
You feel Jack's, he's trying to pat you in the back, he's small, so he's patting you sort of on the
On
back.
your butt, yeah.
Oh, you're sitting down? At the bar?
She was
So,
trying to
she
get
looks at
her
you.
bar stool,
Actually,
but
that's
still-
She looks at you.
I'm sitting at a table. I've got
Oh,
my
that
bread,
makes
my
sense.
apples.
Oh,
my
she did,
cheese.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Traveling
Dina looks at you
minstrel.
guys and she says, look, your
You
friend
gotta
from
knock
Talbot
out those little
paid
with
your
the
bill.
boulder and.
So
Jason
technically,
Statham.
I'm gonna allow you in here, but I
She's
mean
like,
it.
Stay calm.
If you
No, no,
guys
this is
even
a-
make
No.
the slightest
He's in this
move
world.
of causing trouble
These are the
or
gods.
getting
Yeah.
fights or running a tab, you are now disallowed from running a tab, by the way. You're out of here permanently. You hear me?
Wow, Aravar, your money just bought it. Cool.
Tends
Thanks,
to do
buddy.
that.
You are a good friend.
We are
Tends
best
to do
friends.
that.
She goes back and starts cleaning up. She waves some people over there cleaning up the stuff from the thing. You guys come in as well. You guys are at different places in the bar, but it looks like they've let Elib and Jex in. All right, so we'll stop with you guys for a second.
Yeah.
And we'll go down to the stain. So you
What's
go
up?
in.
How's it going?
All right, so you roll in. So the stain. It's
Who did we
not.
piss off here?
It's not a terrible place.
Ah,
Actually, you think that the name is sort of like
Will you buy me
some
food?
sort of weird joke when you come
So
in.
one of
It's
my
not
loaves of
bad,
bread and
but
one of
it's
my apples.
definitely not an inn. It's more of a tavern, and it's more like a fisherman's tavern. So you see a fair amount of locals in there, and there's one guy, this guy, who is behind the bar, and he's laughing and joking around with these guys, and they're like, yo, Amen, more ale over here. And then he's like, oh, you got it. He's like, he's got the whole scads of like little serving people, and they're mostly 12, 13, 14 year olds.
Of course.
Are they fast?
Kind of cruddy looking poor people who are like
Cruddy looking pores.
sort of. I can't wait to. I'm trying to offend every
Street urchins.
demographic
We
tonight.
appreciate it.
They're urchins, yeah, and they're like, hey, get those guys some ales. And so you see them sort of go, and they've got like a big sort of wooden bucket. They go over to the big keg, and they pour the ale in. They drag the bucket, and some of
Okay, that
these
is-
kids are like
Fucking
sort of dragging it over. They can hardly lift it. And
You know,
drag it. It's like,
It's like
and they're pouring the ale.
Millstock.
So it's
Hill
much
Homecoming.
more raucous.
Get a bucket of beer.
More people
Yeah.
here
Well,
during the day.
It's
Your
the
guess.
most lively place that we've seen.
Well, yeah, it's definitely lively, and
Well, maybe
your
we'll
guess
come
is
to
You know what?
that
Yeah, it's for
as the
Millstock's the first
fishermen
year that came
come
up with-
in,
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
this is probably their
Yeah,
first.
well, Fallon's.
Perfect.
There's a fair amount of fish.
Perfect.
Perfect.
You guys
Perfect.
roll in, and the place goes silent, and everybody kind of looks at you. You've got the lizard man and Davian, who's like this tall human guy.
Tall,
armor.
pale, white and black
Yeah,
armor.
exactly. You're not technically a human, right?
Uh-uh.
You're a fetchling.
Correct.
All right, so yeah, you guys make it's like
What up?
Felix and Oscar.
Yeah, Yeah, what's up? What up?
Do we? You guys don't even know what I'm talking about, Felix and Oscar. So,
Go
Don,
on, though, go on.
Don, Kevin, and Doug do.
Yeah, it's the Bert and Ernie of the 70s.
The old days, gotcha.
Bert and Ernie of the Senate. Yeah, so you guys are Bert and Ernie. You guys roll in there,
So
the
I'm
place
Bert.
quiets down, and this guy kind of comes over to the side of the bar. He's
I'm
like,
taller than you. Oh, no. I guess.
he's like, hello, friends. New people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome to the stain. My name's Eamon. What can I get you?
Very much like-
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll take an ale. if you can spare it.
Ale we got. God,
ales.
he sort of like waves you over to, there's a couple of empty seats at the bar. He's like, and 2 ales, you got it.
I got
Hey.
hers.
He pours, he's like, that'll be a silver. All right. You get the feeling that he was sort of testing the waters.
Just do what the price should be.
Price,
Yeah.
yeah, because you don't see any silver on the bar. In fact, if you look over, you see the guy, one of the fishermen, a couple of seats down, has like a pile of coppers in front of him.
Mhm.
So he's like,
Yeah,
that'll
fuck
be a silver. And you guys, yeah, I'm sure you like flip him the silver. It's like, oh, great. All right, well,
Good to make good first.
No
impressions.
chips.
can I get you anything else? We've got a bit of goat on the barbecue, getting just about ready. It'll be done in
Also
a few
some
minutes.
lamb.
We'll swallow that lamb whole, yeah.
We'll have some lamb. We'll have some goat.
Give me a couple of minutes. I'll cut you a couple of haunches. And Madam Lizard, I'm assuming you don't mind it to be a little rare.
Oh, God, no.
I knew from looking at you. So
I
you
don't
see
know if
him.
that's racist or not.
Yeah,
You
it's
see
like
him.
slightly-
You see him sort of
Man.
roll over. He pulls
It is
out
racist.
his
Let's
big
just really
curved
racist.
knife that looks like it's been in this bar as long as this bar has been here.
Mhm.
He goes over there and he
Hammer
saws off a
sharpness.
couple of big haunches and throws them onto a couple of wood trenchers, brings them over, and He's like, the veg isn't quite done yet, but I'll bring you some of the taters and carrots.
That's
when it's done.
That's fine. The meat's just.
Another silver each.
Alex, you know how I know black people like.
What?
You know how I know black people
You know
like
what?
fried chicken?
Sure.
Hold
We'll
on.
go
Oh,
with
right.
silver.
Because everybody. likes
Like I said, good to make good first impression.
Well,
Not
he
racist,
brings out,
it's just
so he
true.
reaches into the bar and brings out a little salt cellar.
Yeah, I'll do it.
It puts
that
a-
Karen
things like
does
extra-
I've got-
she's.
or
Got
sil-
it?
it's
Karen does
silver
it, she's
each.
celiac,
Yeah,
and
silver
can't have the
each.
breading.
for dinner.
Okay, okay. So
You
then
see that
four
there
with
was
an
an
ace and
article,
a
there's
six.
in the
Okay.
small town
All right.
in Buffalo,
Yeah, I'll.
New York.
I have to.
The small town has
I just
a
wanna
insurance
check. I was gonna
agency
use like an approach.
Oh,
to-
yeah, you could do that while this is happening.
closed on Juneteenth, whatever. Go enjoy your fried chicken,
collard
your collard
greens.
greens.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck?
He's no longer
We're
an agent.
closed.
He's no longer an agent for Progressive and
Also-
Allstate.
Oh, there's gonna be people that he or she, that agency's gonna close.
Yeah.
People are gonna drop them like hot rocks. Yeah. And then,
Such a
and then they,
smart call.
and then they interviewed the, apparently was.
That's what I love about the internet, is when horrifying people out themselves as horrifying.
Well, and yeah, that one of the employees, that one of the young girls or something. I mean, I think it was one of the secretaries, just was, I didn't think it was gonna be this big of a deal. And good Lord, you are so stupid.
I don't know. People are dying.
So,
Everything is a big deal now, and rightly so, that should have been a big deal.
well, I mean, come on.
Had he just said close for Juneteenth, whatever,
Right,
and left it at
oh,
that,
yeah, yeah.
he'd have gotten away with it.
Yeah.
It's the additional.
It was the
you know,
enjoy the collard
Greens
greens
and fried chicken, yeah.
What, no watermelon with that?
No, they didn't want to be.
Yeah, what
Was that all you had
Yeah.
left from last night?
It is. Actually.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, I don't have much.
You want a little, you want a little water top on that?
Oh, yeah, some
I don't have
Kool-Aid
much
and,
left.
See, this is what happens when you and I are left to our own devices.
I know.
Yeah, I chugged that.
That costs me.
I have a friend working Gen
I'm
Con.
not drunk yet.
Yeah,
They're working the convention side of Gen Con, but
Let me know. We're gonna be there. So, all
I'm
right.
drinking my
So,
water.
so yeah, so this guy's obviously feels like he's got a couple of live ones on the hook.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Nobody
Which one
else
of
is
these
paying
things is
attention. Huh?
Which one of these things is soap?
The set,
The red one.
The left.
The red one?
Yeah, the other's lotion.
Ooh,
I have teenage boys in the house.
you do, yeah.
we know.
As horrifying as that is.
So they use
Uh,
soap.
Are these chairs safe?
You know, at this point, I'm just playing zone defense. You know,
Yeah.
this-
Are these chairs safe?
Yes, they are.
Okay, good. Did you take like a,
Luminol?
yeah, yeah.
No, but they have no reason to.
These walls could talk.
I
Those
can't
listeners,
imagine
they
they have
wouldn't
any reason
share.
to spank on my office chair. So,
That commercial where the toilet bowl, the toilet paper this dispenser in a residential is a frog,
Oh, yeah.
and he's just, and I can't unsee what I see.
Yeah.
did you see the one where it's that I'm not gonna, never mind. I'm not even.
Unless I need to know now.
Nope, I'm not. Nope.
Say it. Say it.
Nope.
Say it.
It's a big black dude. He's sitting on top of the soap dispenser. It's horrifying. Never mind.
It's a true.
I
I guess maybe.
massively regret even mentioning it. So
So where are the
anyway, you guys are at this thing. And dude is live on, and everything's a silver. So
I will appraise.
Apparently, yeah.
I will appraise this because
you take a sip of that ale, and you're just like,
yeah, this is way too much for. what
it's a
we're paying for.
little tart.
That's fine.
The goat's decent, and obviously Bassia is just like, you know,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
do
dude,
it
makes
via
my
that.
heart.
You get a fair amount of looks from people, but honestly, not as much as you would think. I mean,
And
you
I'm fine
definitely
with that.
stand out in this place. But the fishermen, you know, after a stutter step of watch you guys come in and order,
Mhm.
they're just like, all right, well, back to our normal horseshit.
So-
And, you know, within 20 minutes, you're just part of the crew.
So, sir, what is your name?
Ah, my name's Eamon. This is my place.
What is your quest?
Sir, what is your name?
Sir, what's your name?
You're not appearing in this dungeon.
Don't call me sir. I work for a living. I've heard that from a soldier once.
Sounds like an interesting soldier. Did he have any limbs missing?
I don't remember. Many do know.
Doomed.
I don't remember. But I don't know many soldiers. Never took up the sword myself, although I've always felt I had a facility for it. But that's a different story.
Can I roll something to see whether or not that's
Sure, do a sense motive.
okay? I get the feeling this. I'm wondering if it's that whole situation of like the retired adventurer secretly being a bartender or whatever.
Well, he's a younger dude. He's probably in his mid-20s.
Very likely not retired.
14.
14. You do not get any adventurer vibes off
That's
this guy. What you get is goofball vibes off this
Yeah.
guy.
So, sir, I have to ask, why the stain?
Well, it's a
Likely they call the
long,
place
it's a
Stain on
long
the-
story.
on the computer.
My old man used to,
Uh-oh.
so he owned this place before I did, and so he was the one that named it. And this goes back, and I was just a scrap when this happened, and he goes kind of like, he's like, and then and it's basically a story about how he spilled some sort of wine on a noble, and there was a whole dust up, and they ended up getting into a fist fight, and he ended up taking the guy's shirt off, which had the stain on it. And at the end of and he kept it as a souvenir because he beat this guy's ass so hard that he never came back to him. And he basically goes, "Look up there," and you can see this like ratty ass piece of cloth on the wall. He goes, "That's the stain. That's why we call it the stain." He goes, I totally get that it's a little off-putting at first because you never know what kind of stains you're gonna find in there. But no, I run a clean place.
Yeah.
And you look around when he says that, and you look around, and you're like, okay, it's a sliding table, really.
Yeah,
That's
some
pretty,
days there's
God made dirt.
Oh, listen.
that's a pretty adventurous story, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I will tell you,
Mhm.
my dad was a massive bullshitter. So he could have just
Really?
spilled the wine on himself, cut the thing out, throw it on the thing, called it so big thing. I don't know why he did it. He was a nut job. But when he died, I inherited the place. So, well, welcome.
It's a nice place.
Thank you.
Seems like good company.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
And then you hear, you're like, from one of the tables, like, I'm not going to come. And you're like, wow, that's actual frontier gibberish, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Chip, chip, chip. What he said. By any chance, my
Howard Johnson is right.
Sheriff is a
Nick Nolte?
He says near.
He said the sheriff is near.
My,
No, God, sorry.
my companion and I are in need of housing for a few days. Do you perchance have any space available?
Well, I don't have any rooms, but if you're not fastidious, as they say, up on the hill, I got a couple of places back in the way, but it's clean straw, private, down the way. Yeah, I mean, I'll be blunt with you. I usually keep the donkeys in there, but it ain't in there right now. And I've cleaned, and the boys cleaned it out. He points to some of the urchins.
Better cost you silver.
Cost you a silver knife.
Is that one bullshit? Does that seem fairly reasonable? Considering the silver for the food and drink, that's expensive. But considering the fact that the place would be stored for like livestock and whatnot, as opposed to like
And you
No,
get,
no.
and you're getting clean straw.
I can roll some
and
smoke.
clean straw.
I don't know. What are you gonna try and talk about?
Well, hold on 1 second.
No.
Would it be sense motive to see?
Sure.
Whether or not that's extortion. Oh, that's much better. 18
Who?
for me.
Mine's a 10, so I believe him.
You believe him.
Yeah.
He's ripping you off.
Now,
Like half.
I said that I wanted to make a good first impression. Do
Yep.
you think that I have done that, sir?
There's a. You talking to him?
Yeah, I'm talking to him.
Oh yeah, I love people from out of town.
Now, that being said, do you think that there should be a certain level of courtesy shown my way?
I'm
in
just
regards
telling
to
you,
some of these
I don't have special rooms. I don't.
special. I'm totally fine not having special.
And you can
rooms,
tell that
but-
this is basically a lean-to with windows.
Yeah, basically. I know that I'm not expecting special treatment here, but I would like to not have to pay for lodging that's that
So what do you-
expensive.
What do you think would be fair?
Probably 5 copper.
All right.
5 copper each, or just 5 copper in general?
Each.
Perfect. So then 1
Big
silver.
deal.
All right. Done.
Silver a night.
It'll be, and he's like, come over to the window. And he basically drags you over to the window. He's like, see that over there?
Yeah.
And there's like a little like barn ass place looking
Mhm.
place. He goes, that's the one I'm talking about. Fresh straw. I'll have fresh straw brought in. And you won't lack for nothing.
Out of curiosity, how many people do you think can sleep in there comfortably?
Well,
Stacked up or?
A party of 8.
I assumed you got.
It's
all-
just gonna be the 2
I
of
assumed,
us.
I assumed you guys were together.
We are,
Not in that
but
way.
not in
I'm
that.
not
way.
Not
prejudiced.
part.
Yeah, not in that
We're not
way.
gay.
Wait, are you?
I mean,
too?
are you a guy as well?
No, I'm a girl. I'm just saying
Okay.
the vine. Go on.
Okay,
Jax,
so
put your
I'm
hand down.
confused, but all right.
No more questions.
Question and answer
We-
period is over.
When you get
We
back to us,
are-
I have a comment.
we will be
Really?
lodging together, but not in that.
I'm not prejudiced.
That's good to know. because-
What snakes and fletchlings do in their own time, I don't care. Go on.
Jesus
Hold on, I gotta
Christ.
tweet that.
God damn it. What snakes and fletchlings do in their
Yeah.
own time, I don't care. It's just that we might end up having some friends stop by because unforeseen circumstances. Just a hunch.
That's got quote of the year legs on it. I have a feeling it's a stealth one. All right, so yeah, basically I mean, you talk him down out of a silver piece. He shows you where it is. He's like, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, you could fit 4 or 5 people in there, but that would cost more.
Well, they can pay for it whenever they come
If they come here.
here, if they end up coming here.
All right, you got friends in town, that's fine. And can I hook you with another ale?
Yeah, I'll go for another one.
All right, and madam,
Yeah, I'll take
Another
that
ale?
one. Yeah.
excellent. Okay,
Actually, do you have any whiskey?
of course.
I'll take that instead.
Uskaba, got it from dwarves. So he gets
Do I
that.
know anything about this area to know if they're dwarves anywhere?
There's no fucking
There's
dwarves
no
over
fucking
here.
dwarves, yeah.
So he basically pulls a crock off the thing. It's tucked
It could
behind some
logically
shit.
come up from the High Kings
And
Mountains.
he pulls out a little wooden glass and puts down and pours it in there.
It's fermented piss.
It's vodka. It is. It smells like he made it outside.
So it's like bullet.
Yeah, a little bit, and maybe
What?
just
What?
maybe just a teeny bit of barman.
Ah, that is.
It's like Evan Williams.
The person, not the liquor.
Yeah, no, the Evan Williams Black Label,
God.
That's the
which
liquor.
frankly,
Not
I used to buy by the
Oh,
handle.
that's Johnny Walker. Okay.
That's Johnny Walker Black, man.
That's
For a
it.
second, I was like,
That's his
this
That's
is
a good piss
I
there,
was gonna
buddy.
say, this is
Yeah.
fucking delicious.
Yeah, that's not Barman piss.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll say that'll be a silver.
No.
Come on, it's not like I make this out back. Which by him saying that, you
I will-
absolutely believe at this
I
point.
will
that he makes it out back.
absolutely.
All right. Yeah.
Absolutely believe you.
Thank you.
Make it on the side of the building.
All right, we go back to the silver wagon, where you guys are in there. Dina Galagos is sort of sullenly looking at you two.
Elib, you need something to eat?
Oh,
Yeah.
Ervar, can you get her something to eat? also?
Jesus Christ.
Him?
Right
Huh?
I
after.
break another half. I break my other half. I break my other loaf of bread in half and one. half
Okay,
of
so we have bread and.
Well,
a
he's
little
got
bit of-
bread and cheese and apples.
Right, and he's giving us some.
Luke,
because
Sure.
I asked him
Luke.
for it and everything.
Can you give me some
They sell
cucumbers?
food here too.
Do they sell food?
Cucumbers.
Well, that's okay, we're just gonna,
Cash.
he's gonna
up
give us some
front.
time.
And double the price, you don't want her to spit it apparently.
We,
Here, let me stir
That's
that.
well
for
the
you.
flavor.
yeah, we wanna, I wanna,
Are you using your feet?
Elib and I would like to get a bath and
Hose
a
out
bed
back.
for some rest and everything. Erivar, will you take care of that for us?
Sure. I'll
Okay,
also be taking a room in.
because I can't run a tab, so,
There won't be any tabs. For anyone
no,
here.
he's gonna cover it for us.
No tab.
Don't need a tap.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
For 3 rooms and baths.
So
glad we went to
What about those other two
What's
knuckleheads?
the other guy?
they don't.
You're sitting at a different table?
Yeah, the room
Okay.
in the bath.
All right.
The clerics are
I
not
really want to hear this
associating.
story.
Yeah, me too.
The clerics are not associating. I'm
I'm
associating by being the one that has money.
I'm sticking to the alibi. No one can penetrate this.
Yeah,
Chances are there could be someone else.
assuming
in
you
town
want-
that we're
you
gonna
want
end up
private
in the same
rooms?
Situation.
that's exactly
I
right.
won't. Right
You
now. I don't know.
You know what's actually happened.
Do you and Jex want individual rooms or you stay together?
They're just in bed.
Can
Alright,
they even get a
2
room on their
rooms,
own though?
private, 5 silver apiece per night up front.
That's one gold.
Plus, would they even be allowed to get a room on their
We
own?
just
Would you
spent
trust them with
one
a room on their own?
silver.
He's paying the bill and he's paying it
Okay.
up front.
All right.
And you
And he
can get
paid
a
their,
package
he
place.
paid their
I have-
tab. and
I'm
food
just
and-
curious because I feel
No,
like she'd be like, I need to
so
go to
I feel
watch
like I'm
them.
gonna
Here's
try
the
to deal
thing.
here.
Yeah.
He
I
paid their
took-
tab and he paid the bit and he paid the
I
tab.
took
That's a good point. That's a good
I
point.
took the
yeah.
rich parents trait to start with, so I had
He's got
900
cash,
starting
yeah.
gold, and I'm a
It's a
mage, so I
great
didn't
trait.
buy anything.
Oh, yeah.
It is. You get like 1,000 gold right up front.
Yeah, 900 gold up
It's
front.
beautiful.
And I'm a mage, so I didn't spend all of it.
Oh
It's
no,
kinda
rich,
just
rich
there.
parents is an awesome trait.
I've got like 700 something gold.
Working out good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I'm just
real
gonna
life.
bump it down to
Having rich
600
parents is
something
awesome.
after tonight.
She's a great cop
So he's got
out,
two,
boy.
she hooks you up with 2 rooms and eventually she sends somebody over. So Dina is not dealing with you guys. She's like, it's sort of this weird kind of like thing where she sends somebody over, the money comes back, she sends the keys back. But she comes over with 2 keys. It's like, 3 and 4 upstairs. Yeah. kind of thing.
So-
And so the waitress is actually kind of nice. And she's like, can I get you guys anything? We have a boar on the spit and we have, some great fish soup.
I'll have some of the soup.
Okay. Yeah.
And do you
I
have
will.
any white wine?
And soup does sound.
Oh, absolutely. We have-
Chilaxian vintage?
Not
That,
chilaxian.
that I-
Chilaxian is a red grape. region. But we have some Nurmithos, elvish vintage. We have a 4019 and a
I just
4022.
can't get the picture of Erebor being a wine snob out of my head.
It's canon now.
He's a bit of a prick, okay?
So she says she's got the 4019 and the 4022, both of which you recognize as not being great vintages, but out here in the hinterlands, the
Probably the
22
best
is
you're gonna get.
probably the better. 19 had its ups and downs.
Of the 22.
22. Oh, you a whole bottle, or do you want 3 glasses?
Mhm.
We have several bottles if you want to
Would
get
you,
more.
would you like wine or something a bit more rustic?
They got some great rustic stuff back.
No,
I don't know that I
That was
can-
subtly put.
I want some wine.
Three glasses.
3 glasses. All right.
I feel like
So,
the two of them are just gonna run him out of money.
So again, it's for dinner and the wine.
Not the 2 of us.
So Erevar, dinner and the wine,
Oh, yeah.
6 gold pieces up front.
I'm just taking 100 gold off of my
All right, so
700
just like,
something for the night.
book me. All right, so she brings over a couple of bottles of wine. And you can tell that it's Nurmithos vintage, Elvish vintage. There's a couple of glasses. And you can see Dina behind the bar with the glassware is over there. She's like. And Elib, if you meet her eyes, if you
Erevar?
she's like,
Do you limit Jex?
Probably.
Don't
Erevar
throw
will handle
those.
pouring.
she's telling you,
Erevar
she's
will
basically
handle the
mouthing
pouring.
to you, don't
Okay.
throw the glasses.
He will keep passing his glass over.
Please, dear God, somebody fight
I'm gonna stop you after 2.
for me.
2.
Yes.
We have got to find out what the story is.
Yeah.
Kevin and I,
Because-
our characters, we are
because you're not
watching
going
this.
to
the
run
whole
the
So
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
so my next thing is when
Paying
these guys
the
are
damages
these guys
for
are
it.
eating and there's some
I'm going
dinner
to
coming over.
eventually
What are you
stop
two
paying
doing?
Well,
now.
we'll go to the bar now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, so you roll up to the bar.
Right.
So if you want to
After
continue to
seeing
give access to the
what's
day,
this whole ordeal.
back.
He raised
Which I
about
purchased for
10 silver
you
for
to
drinks
not
while you
be
guys are
destructive.
watching all.
That's fine.
Right.
4.
Okay. But
3. I'll meet you in the middle.
I'm like, for
Four.
what happened? I mean, basically,
Give me a diplomacy check.
So
After
sad.
my, I asked for a bath and everything.
Yes.
Okay.
She's setting it up.
Okay. After my third, I'll go up into my bath.
They've got a bath. Well, it's out back, so they're warming up the water. There'll be a couple minutes.
19.
19. All right. Kevin, what'd you roll?
Out of 21.
So it takes you a minute and about a drink, but eventually she
Oh.
comes over and she's like,
We'll do that later, don't we?
That's true. we
finally,
will.
there's some decent people in here. Welcome to the Silver Wagon. I'm sorry that you had to witness all this ruckus. What could, you know, and she's like, can I get you guys something on the house? You guys are drinking ale?
Whatever you recommend.
Probably the
Tell you what.
tiefling we drinking wine.
Tell you what, I got some chillaxing in the back. Let me.
Okay.
She pulls it. She comes out with a bottle of red wine, a couple of glasses. She's like, "I'm sorry about all the ruckus." Like she goes, "Those guys over there, they've been here before, and they've caused no end of problems. That one especially," and she points at Elib. That one especially. It's just been nothing but trouble. I've tried.
He's a big one.
He's a big one.
Yeah.
I've tried to be accommodating. I'm not, I'm not willing to kick out half orcs just because they're half orcs. But damn if every time they came in and they came in here, and they were sort of like smarting around because they worked for the count. And I'm like, that doesn't mean shit to me. You wreck my bar, you break my stuff, you pay your tab. That's the difference.
Apparently they
You
don't
probably
know
guys
that.
aren't there, but
Mhm.
no, we're gonna be relaying this information
I'm-
when we finally meet up.
While I'm sitting, I'm gonna pull out my journal and I'm gonna
Okay.
cross-reference, and I'm gonna see if in the later entries before I started writing in it again, if I mentioned being in this town at all, traveling up
There's-
this way.
No incidents of Thrushmoor or any of these people that you so
Because-
far met.
Because I would have been keeping a journal from before I got stricken with the amnesia, but are pages torn out perchance?
Not torn out, but they end about 8 weeks ago.
Okay,
So what you know about your memory loss is that it's maybe 4 or 5 weeks. So there is a period where
for some reason I wasn't writing.
you
in my
weren't
journal.
making any journal entries.
I got it. This has this, I remember your question. This sounds a lot like that, what was it? The movie, The Hangover or
The hangover, yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Where
Where they
wake-
just break Las
post and
Vegas
They
and
wake
then,
up the next morning.
It's just
There's
all
a tiger
gone.
in the room and all that.
Yep.
Now, can we ask her if
Can
there
I
was any
cast-
kind of other rumors of people, of other disturbances like this in town?
That's right. What's?
What was your question?
I was gonna ask if I could use read magic, and maybe that something magical is blocking those pages.
You can try. Give me a knowledge arcana roll.
Cool.
So you guys, this is a normal thing.
Straight.
She's like, well, I gotta be honest with you. I don't make a habit of banning the counts guys, but these fucking came in here and they were nothing but trouble. They caused fights. They drank all the time. I'm a modest place. Try running up a 40 gold piece bill in this joint. The fact is, I gave them a lot of rope, and eventually the constables from the fort had to come down and get them because they were beating up my guys. And
These, the hobbits?
those two assholes over there, yeah,
So were they causing this kind of problem in other places? other
Elib
than
and that
here?
little fart ass friend of hers. Is
Was this
getting
the only place they were
total
causing problems, do you know?
what?
That's
Was
nice.
this the only place they were causing problems, or did they cause problems?
This is gonna
elsewhere?
be the
Those two
running
morons,
joke
well,
for
this is
us.
the
Yeah,
only place I
it's
heard,
a-
but
yeah.
those two idiots, it wouldn't surprise me if they caused a bunch of problems all over town. But I hadn't heard it. If they're gonna go down and see Eamon down at the Stain, well, I guess, class will tell, right? But I don't talk to Eamon. Eamon doesn't talk to me.
Is this classist now as well?
Please, of course it
So
is.
can we like get?
It's less. Yeah,
So
let's get
we
around.
went to both racism and classism
So
now. and
I've
now
stopped
it's
caring. I'm
Let's
gonna
get
be as
around.
racist and classist as I am.
Yeah,
Supreme Court says I can.
Yeah, that's the connection.
We're gonna be having some dinner.
Some dinner.
This is
and-
amazing.
She had you
Get a
two.
place to sleep.
Haley, yeah.
I mean, we're not
Yeah,
we're not
it's just
there.
our dinner.
Ages.
Okay,
Yeah.
So you guys get some dinner? Oh, fantastic. All right. So tell you what, I got
enjoying
the
this
wine.
so
I'll give you
greatly.
half price on the dinner. Again, I'm sorry about all the ruckus with those guys.
Fine,
They
we
just
understand.
make me crazy.
We're gonna
I'm
need a
trying to
place to
read
stay,
magic
common
every
room.
day because
Okay.
Something struck me as odd because Erevar keeps very detailed notes of everything.
Different from what you would normally do.
Exactly. So
Yep.
something might be up. Can I try to cast text magic?
I mean, on the books, there's a couple of things. It radiates a little bit of magic because you've written some runes and shit in there. But as far as like
No, like the
visible
eraser
writing or
spell.
anything, no, it just basically looks like you stopped.
There
writing.
is a spell that erases writing though, so that's
Yeah.
one thing that might have been done
It's possible.
at some point.
If
Which is
it,
why I'm gonna
if
try
it
to-
happened, there's no legacy. Magic.
That's why I was trying to.
Basically,
read
it
magic
looks to
cantrip
you,
to
it
be
looks like you stopped writing about 8 weeks ago.
That doesn't make sense
It doesn't make
for
sense.
him.
We're just need a common room. We're gonna split a room.
Split a room. All right, I got a couple of rooms. I'm assuming you don't want to be by these guys.
If you think, if you're gonna, if you think
I
we're
gotta
gonna
be
be
honest with
trouble.
you. You know, honestly, the last time they stayed here, they made nothing but noise. They raised hell and begged her. Tell you what, I'm gonna do you guys a favor. I'm gonna put you on the whole of the side of the inn.
This is a small
Mighty
fishing
Knife.
village too.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
It's
I'm
not
gonna
like
put you in
it's-
11. It's 2 silvers a night. You guys gonna be together?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be 2 silvers a night.
I mean, it's 2 beds,
It's like going
right?
to Highland. and
Yeah,
just-
right.
No, I'm not making any assumptions.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Although I feel like the whole country of Ustalav is getting gay. Sure what that is.
All of Galarian's getting
It's
gay.
All of Galarian is
It's the
getting
myth of
much more
Bavaria.
gay.
Yeah, the miss of
Um,
Bavaria.
Having a big old time.
So she's like, I'll take care of you. So I'm gonna put you in 11. They're in 3 and 4.
Those damn
Frankly,
demons.
you want my
They're
advice?
they're making Ustalav gay again.
Right.
They're,
Making Ruth love
you
gay
can
again.
see when she's
Some
talking to you
damn
guys,
snake.
you see her eyes like cutting over there, just to make sure they're not doing anything crazy.
The
Uh,
water's making the snakes gay.
She's like, I'm letting them
The
in
water's
because they pay
making
the
the freaking
bills. And they got this Talbot guy with him, and frankly, he looks like a money bag, so I'm gonna be nice to him, but if it was up to me, it'd be out on the street.
All those scaly bastards.
Okay.
just
And
running
it's
this country.
basically, we would try to ask any more information we could get, like,
Well, basically, she's like, look, about 6 weeks ago, these 2 dipshits came in there and they got drunk. They tore the place up. They got into a couple of different fights. I had to call the constables. The constables came down from the court and basically arrested them. But because they worked for the count, it all got blown over. So they came back and they were just being assholes, and I banned them. And frankly, I never expected to get any money back. I don't know who this Talvin guy is, but the fact that he's paying their bills, I don't know. Frankly, it's a little suspicious. Anyway,
Little.
they crash all my shit. I had to take a ton of stuff down to the repair guy, to the crafter, make him fix my table. It was 2 tables. It was like a dozen chairs. They had a full-on brouhaha in there. And frankly, I don't put up with that shit. So I banned it. And then they disappeared.
that's the thing. So I guess without being overt, and what we end up with them, we don't say this, but the point is, we're trying to piece together
Right.
what the heck.
She's
What
like,
happened?
look, and then about 5 weeks ago,
Mhm.
they disappeared. And I thought, finally, they freaking went on to some other bullshit town, and they're these. And
This is my
nobody's
bullshit
saying it.
town.
I thought I was. Frankly, I knew I was out the money, so I just dealt with it. I figured I'm never gonna get recouped on this stuff because they disappeared. And then today, all y'all show up. I never expected to see these 2 assholes show back up at my bar, especially after what happened. I had to kick them out. It was a big deal. All right,
We really didn't find out too
No.
much information.
Silver wagon.
We're basically exactly the same.
Got Aravar,
what happened?
Right, exactly.
Jax at your table. What's going on there?
So I have finished, after I finish my 3rd glass of wine, I go to my tub.
All right, so the tubs are ready. They're out back. So it's basically open air. And they have these big sort of like they look like.
What are you about to do?
Oh, no, I'm gonna soak in the tub. It's
So what
been a
they have
hell
are
of a
these big
couple
sort of,
days,
essentially
but-
what they've done is, you know what a ton is, right? From a barrel standpoint. Basically, they've taken a couple of those big barrels and they've sawed them in half. They've buried them 3/4 of the way in the ground, and that's where they're dumping the water. So they've got a huge bonfire with several kettles on it, and then you see a crew of people are sort of like bucket brigading these kettles of water into the tubs and filling up the tubs. They come to you and they're like, the tubs are full, get in, the water is steaming, it's great. And they have people that are like, we have some lye soap, we have some scrub brushes. Do you require assistance?
No, don't touch me.
Okay, deal it. Paravar. Andy?
You don't have to take a bath if you don't want to. You can.
I know Aravar very much wants to take a bath.
He does.
All right,
want to
so
see-
basically
No.
they lie the towels and lye soap and brushes nearby, and they're like, enjoy your bath. And basically you guys all like plop into you each get an individual barrel.
Yeah.
It's not enormous. It's about the size of a regular tub.
It is a swimming pool.
It's not-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aravar's
he's got
keeping all
snorkel
of
and
his-
goggles on.
Aravar's
Uh,
keeping all of his belongings in sight.
Yeah, I mean, just sort of stripped down. That's not. There's like a corralled area, so it's not like people on the
He's still
street
keeping
can't
all
like
of his
look in.
belongings in sight.
All right. I'm assuming
He
you guys-
knows how people have been looking at him,
Oh yeah.
given his appearance.
So, and we've also already been given rooms. We told what room there is.
Yeah, 3 and 4.
So
Would we have been able to get our clothes washed too?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, Aravar would have paid to have his clothes washed. I don't know if these two want that.
yes, will you wash my clothes?
We'll get to you.
Here's a bar of soap.
All right, so you guys getting baths?
Will you pay for it?
You doing any?
Fine.
Okay.
All right,
I'll have my clothes washed.
Everybody's clothes getting washed?
Yep.
It's gonna be another 6 silver.
Like I said, I
All
I
right.
detracted 100
Do
gold.
you guys
for the
do
night.
anything untoward? You're sort of
Never had that
scrunched in
problem.
this
Never.
because you're so big. But
One of these days.
Well, yeah.
Come on, wreak havoc, Don, wreak havoc.
Aside from walking around barefoot,
Ooh.
Oh, scandalous.
oh,
Ah,
you're speaking
back up.
Aramaic, aren't you?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he is.
God damn it.
Gotta love Aramaic.
When I
Just say, ew.
No, yeah, I mean, honestly, everybody's kind of looks over. Everybody kind of looks sort of sideways at you and like, wow, that's not what I expected.
Amazing.
I am also
Smaller
Richarding
than I
it
thought.
Quite petite.
from the original Survivor.
Yeah.
So so they'll actually bring
There's a
you
Ron
ales
Jeremy
and
of
stuff
big
as
feet.
you are in the
In other words.
I ain't paying for more drinks.
pool. They'll slide you.
I got
Caleb.
3 glasses of wine.
To the Ron
I'm gonna
Jeremy
take
of
a
big feet.
30-minute soak,
Okay.
So in other words.
and then
It's just
they've got
Ron
my
Jeremy.
clothes to clean. I'm assuming they'll deliver them to the room later. Okay. And then when I'm done with my soak, I just walk up to my room,
Without clothes?
Aravar's gonna wait
Yeah.
for his clothes. to
completely
come
buff, not covering,
He's running up the stairs.
not even running. I'm strolling up the stairs.
You
Sashaying.
can hear his feet on the
Sashaying.
stairs.
in. I didn't know you were
well,
a
I
eunuch.
mean, he's a kobold. He's probably got a cloaca.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Louika.
Sounds personal.
One whole.
All right, back in the state. What are you guys doing?
I mean,
That's
Dacia
right,
probably
you're not a
also has
hobbit, you're a
do you
cloaca.
guys have baths by any
Alright.
chance? We've been
What?
baths.
Baths. Well,
I know you
What
guys.
do you
are
think
like-
this is, a silver wagon?
yeah, I mean.
I know you guys are just a short jaunt over to the river, so if nothing else.
Yeah,
can
I
make it
mean,
there. I don't
honestly,
know.
Here's
we're not.
here's a
This is
bucket
really a
of
bad place. You guys want to go to the river?
They have a rain barrel.
I can
It's
send
not
I can send a
warm.
couple of my
Here's a bucket
God,
of
no,
rag.
don't worry about
you
that.
know,
I
make sure you're okay.
Have
just
at
want to
it.
see, don't really care one way or
I
the
don't
other.
have anything like that.
I
Sorry,
mean, we're
dude.
gonna be sleeping in the stable. It's not like it's sort of like-
What I do have is some perfume if you want to borrow.
It's a silver.
Would you like some
Be a
perfume?
silver.
Oh, God, no, I'm good.
Silver?
Yep.
I think we'll pass on that.
I don't
If you-
trust this
If you
perfume.
smell clean, you are
I think
clean.
we'll
Yeah.
pass.
You see on the back in the back you see a small thing with an arrowizer on it that says axe.
That is the exact thought process of everyone I went to high school with. with the name Max.
I will.
That's it exactly, yeah.
He has
How many
perfume. It's
people are
Axe
in
body
this
spray.
bar?
Yeah, I don't.
That's what he
smoke,
said.
so I'm good.
I didn't hear that.
It's actually pretty busy. There's what you see is not only is there a fair amount of people in there. There's a lot of people going in and out.
It doesn't five combo food strength. That would be about how many silver would that be? To buy a round for everyone in the house.
6 silver.
6 silver. I'll buy a round
All right.
for everyone in the house.
Huzzah! You, the fisherman
The
also.
cobalt comes bursting in right then.
Still
Just
naked.
sprinting
Lying.
across
Another
town
drink.
naked.
Still naked,
Drinks.
but like.
So they're like, oh, talk about the two bonds.
Cheers.
I didn't know we were playing The
That's-
Sims.
that's frontier-
Shibbity, hibbity,
that's
hibbity,
frontier gibberish right there.
That's some top tier frontier gibberish right there.
Come on,
I didn't know we were playing The Sims.
All right, so do you guys want to do anything else? You gotta you want to like ask
We're
any
getting
more
there.
questions or anything?
Getting closer.
Yeah. I'll
Because
ask
you get
some
more
questions.
things. So you guys have like coughed up a couple more silvers for ales and stuff like that. He's being very friendly. He's a friendly guy.
Bet he is. Considering we just spent far more than we should have.
Oh, totally.
Whose fault is that?
So, listen,
Haggle.
that's intentional. I'll ask him. So we're, as you can tell, pretty new here.
Gee, really? We
yeah.
don't get a lot of lizard ladies around here.
Yeah, it's kind of a
No
surprise.
offense to you personally, madam.
Eh.
Her tongue's just like.
That's a good one with that.
Not that it's terribly surprising, I know, but we couldn't help but notice everyone seems a little tense in town.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that going around. Yeah, I mean not so tense here, but with Lowell's out of town, and then the
I'm sorry, who's out of town?
Lowell's the count.
Lowell's the Count.
Yeah, the count, Lowell. Yeah, you guys know who Lowell's is, right?
No, we're very new.
You guys are
here.
real new. Well, Count Lowell's is he's the local lord around here. Basically runs the show, but he's been gone for several weeks. His major domo is running shit up on the hill, but I mean, she doesn't know jack shit.
What's her name?
I don't know. I haven't
Jack
checked
shit.
the module for that.
Module lady number 5 or
No, the module's weirdly set up, so I have to like jump around a lot.
is her name potentially Bog Lady?
No.
What about Baguette Lady?
Bogly,
Well, lady.
that's not-
Well, lady.
Lady. Mistress Belady.
Well, lady.
Is she a serial killer?
Be
As
ugly.
far as I know, she's not.
That's not me
Not
actually
yet.
asking.
I knew I was gonna have it.
She's a babysitter.
Melisson. Melisson.
How do you spell that?
Melisien. Melisine. or something.
Let's see.
Okay.
Anyway, she's like, yeah, that's a major domo up there. Honestly, the count goes on trips. That happens. There's been a lot of weird shit going around here right now. I mean, just recently we had all that things going on the island, that kind of craziness.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's-
what the fuck's going on over there, but Melissa, she's a chamberlain. She sort of
We're not telling you that.
keeps the thing running. She's not exactly what you call competent. Lowell will be back eventually. It's not a big deal. The
Does she have
weirdest
to run
thing
the
though,
town pretty often though?
huh?
Does she have to run the town pretty often if the count's gone? Okay.
We run ourselves pretty much. We're a pretty self-sufficient crew.
Yeah.
The other thing, the weird part is the guys over at the fort. I mean, they had a new person take over there. I don't know her name. There's another person took over, and we saw a lot of the guys ended up leaving. I talked to a couple of them as they were on their way out the door. And I know that Lowell, the count had a couple of like mercenaries and shit working up there, and that's fine. I got no problem with that. But when they started leaving, that meant that the pay wasn't getting through, and I wasn't getting my tabs paid, which pissed me off. And I don't know if there's anybody up there anymore. I mean, there's a couple people, obviously. Every once in a while, I see people wandering around up there. But it's
What's the name of the asylum again?
huh?
What was the name of the asylum again?
Briarstone.
Are the people at the fort the like town guard or is it?
Well, yeah, they're like the count's constables, that kind of stuff, and they just haven't been around very much. I mean, every once in a while you see one. Used to be they were a lot more busy, but nowadays everybody's sort of fending for themselves. The reality is,
out of
I
game.
kind of like it.
So out of
you know.
game, essentially, it's anarchy because all the police are gone and the one leading official is more or less gone.
The only thing that bothers people, I mean, we were more or less just sort of handling our own shit. But the thing that bothers most people around here is that there's been some disappearances. There's been some people who just, randomly sort of like disappeared. I know some of these guys have like left town because shit's weird and that kind of stuff. But but some people, you know, I mean, counties that have been here for a couple of generations, they've been sort of like, you know, nobody sees them anymore. I don't know. It's all bullshit, probably.
Did anything strange happen beforehand? Like, did they talk about communicating with anyone that you wouldn't suspect, or you know, like maybe having some like weird dreams or something?
Dream? No, I didn't hear anybody talk about dreams. I talked to a lot of fishermen, as you can imagine. They're like, I don't know who I am, Jimmy.
Dude.
And they're like, shut up.
I love this guy.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, I didn't have any bad dreams or anything like that. I don't know. It's just been a weird thing. Yeah.
Out of
It's
curiosity,
like people have been like sort of like not hanging out.
out of curiosity, who was the last one to vanish? We don't. I mean,
Shit,
not that I don't really know the name, but
there was the Steenburgens over on Shipbird Street. They
did you
was
say shitbirds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a colloquial kind of
Okay.
thing.
Steam Burgess, you said?
The Steenburgens, yeah. They so there was a bunch of those guys there. So you had the master and the missus, and then a couple of sons, and they had their
Master.
wives and a couple of kids each. So it was maybe what, 8 people, 9 people. They lived over there, and they just packed up and moved out.
They just left. Like,
yeah.
Anyone saw them pack up and leave?
Well, nobody saw. I mean, we assumed they left. You know, their house is empty. Nobody's been out. You know, the kids were going to the local schoolmaster and that kind of stuff. And they had that one girl who was taking some lessons from the new artist that's working over at the new chapel. That guy, he's pretty good. I gotta be honest with you. I've seen his work. You know, but he's been putting some shit up on, like, you know, he's been doing some stuff on some of the abandoned houses and stuff. I'm not into that. It's like some Banksy shit. I don't know what's going on.
Is he
Never heard
famous, or
that
is he
one.
just like a local that?
No, he's a new guy. Cop brought him in, you know, several weeks ago, right before he left.
Mhm.
And
Smells really
he's been doing some art and that kind of stuff. Yeah, he's a pretty
Oh,
good
you do
dude.
smell
He's
it?
come in here a couple of times for
Yes, I know.
drinks and stuff like that. Seems like an all right guy.
What's his name?
Does he usually
John
stop by
recognizes you.
frequently, or is it
I'd
just
say
kind of on the way?
frequent. Every once in a while, I get the impression
Oh,
he's pretty
that
busy
was-
out there. You know, he's over at
Runs
the
very
chapel.
dry.
I think
Yeah.
he's doing. I think he's doing a lot of the new painting on that.
He's very
On the
good at
church?
interpreting
Out there.
Yeah.
It's a kind of an old paint job. We kind of need to
Yeah.
touch it up a bit.
Let me think, it's Lelwyn. Lelwyn was his name. Lelwyn, I forget his last name. Haddock, Hamlick,
Tequila?
Tequila. That was it.
Yeah, Havoc Tequila.
Hamlick. That was it. But Lelwyn.
Havoc Tequila.
Melvin Hadlick.
Tequila, Havoc Tequila.
We're all Jewish now.
Jewish Mexican.
Is that a thing?
Jewish, Mexican, Russian, something. Man, this place is a treasure trove of information.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike vague foretellings of a person smashing the bar.
Yeah, you guys are finding out a lot more than we did. And spending a
Thank
lot
you guys
less.
really just-
Storytelling, if it's something that hasn't happened yet.
Let's be real here.
Yeah, but we're pampered more.
Well,
That's
yeah,
true, yeah.
and you
Yeah, that's
are.
really helpful.
Paying for it.
God.
I think.
Let's be real here. We
Yeah,
all know
thanks.
that the two
I
of
think
you
Thank
Tim
you
by
for
stepping
not-
out
are
of the
gonna do
bathtub naked
something.
and walking
That's how you
upstairs.
can thank,
What?
thank me by not causing a mess.
I'm your equivalent of trying to wash a Great Dane in the kitchen sink.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
You are
just
two
chilling.
great pillars holding up a monument that is steady in chaos. Oh, there he is. I saw him
You
moving
just
and then
talking
just
about me?
vanished.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I saw you come out of the bathroom and he just vanished. Sort of like the steam
Vodka
burgers.
martini?
Let's get that.
So, Lelwyn, what, human, I take it?
Yeah. He was a human fella. I mean, he's not one of the lesser races. No offense to you personally. But yeah, good artist. He drew me a thing. He kind of digs around behind the bar, but he comes up with like a little napkin kind of thing. has some charcoal drawings on it. It's actually quite good.
That was it.
With some etching.
Does it
It's
look
sort of like-
anything like the one guy from the asylum?
It looks like,
Like his
no, it
artwork?
looks like the barman.
No, but like, does it look like
The art
his artwork?
style.
Like, would he use
No,
charcoal or
no,
whatever?
much
Okay,
more
it's
realistic.
completely different. Okay.
Not crazy.
All right.
It's not in a ludicrous.
How long has he been in town? This new
Oh,
artist.
a couple of weeks, yes. He came in right before the count took off. We said, I guess, yeah, 4 weeks ago, maybe.
Oh, what day would that be?
Oh, shit. I don't
Out of
know.
game.
What day?
One day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Tuesday?
One day.
One day.
This happened.
Right.
One day more.
I don't know.
Out of game GM.
Yep.
Our memory ends
Oh my God.
at about 4 weeks ago, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have questions about
Perfect.
memory stuff as well.
I'll take your glass.
Oh, thanks.
What's the date?
You could have
today,
also just
though?
passed it.
It's the least we can do.
Okay, you guys want to think about it, and we'll pass it off to the other guys?
No,
I've got some
really-
more
I was
questions.
just gonna say, really quick, what's the date today then?
I don't know.
I'm asking like less though, like what
My
year,
que-
what
my
year
one
would it be
question
then, I
should-
Well, I mean,
guess?
that's a good question because.
Yeah, I can get you a date, at some point. It's early, it's late spring, early summer.
Okay.
Probably 42-19, 42-20, somewhere in there.
Whatever it takes.
So this,
I'll get you a better answer. Don't write-
Go,
don't
go,
necessarily
go,
write
Yeah.
it down.
the people disappearing and whatnot, was that
Oh, yeah. that-
before the count left?
Well, no, it was, now that you
Wow.
mention it, it was sort of after. Since the count left, everything's kind of like gone weird. And,
It sort of sounds like.
we see people like heading out of town and, sort of moving on. I hate to see it because we got a great little town here.
You have
It
something to
just,
do.
it just,
Makes it for us. At least we can do
it just,
deliver.
Yeah.
it just saddens me because, I've seen some of my, thank you so much.
No problem.
We see some of my customers sort of take off and I've had a thing. Frankly, I'm glad you guys are here because, I've been lacking.
I mean, we plan on being here for a while.
LOWLS.
Plan on being here until we're not.
We plan on being here for quite a while. so-
Oh, great. That's fantastic. And frankly, I hope you guys will continue to patronize Stain and, you're always welcome.
Absolutely.
All right.
For now, though, I think or at least I am. I don't know if you're feeling awfully tipsy or not, but I'm probably gonna go check out the.
Yeah. It's wide open. So there's a bolt on the inside, so you don't have to worry about people like following you in the night. But
Perfect.
yeah, just let me know if you need anything. I'll hook you up.
Is it clear where the chapel is, or would I have to ask for
The
directions?
trap.
The chapel.
I will always be honest
The
with you.
chapel is so. Are you talking about the new chapel, the guy's painting?
Yeah, where the guy's painting.
It's on the map that I provided 2 copies.
I know, but that's what I'm asking, is like, would my
character,
character know where the chapel is then, like whenever we're walking in,
No,
or would I have to ask
No,
for
your
directions?
character wouldn't know. That's why I provided 2 maps.
Yes.
Right, but the
But you wouldn't
characters
have the
don't
map.
have the maps.
Yeah.
We have the maps.
No, your characters have the maps. You found a map in the.
We have
Her
multiple
character
maps
does
for
not
all
have
of
the
us
map,
because
it's
we have
over.
one map and
We also
split up
don't
a
know.
party.
Yeah, we split
Yeah.
the party, so we don't
That's
know
why I'm
which
asking.
person-
So there's the old chapel.
Jax has
which
the
is,
map.
Uh-huh.
Where's the? I mean.
Why did
I'm
Jack
saying,
have
like, is the chapel big? Would I know there's the
So the
chapel?
new chapel is on the
or-
little island.
maps and stuff in people's
Right
pockets?
here.
Okay.
So would we?
Yeah.
The old chapel is on the main.
Okay, quick
Gotcha.
question.
Yeah.
The way that we came in, which direction was it? Was it from this direction?
Yes.
So-
you came in
Okay,
from
so we would have
Okay,
seen the
so we
chapel
would
when
have
we're coming
seen the
in.
chapel coming in.
small.
Okay.
You guys would
The-
have come this way.
Right, but it's on the
Alex?
edge.
Yeah, I
on
mean,
like
you might have seen it, but you wouldn't
Yeah,
have
evening.
recognized it. As
Well, then
Jax
I'll
made
ask for
sure that you
directions for
had
the
the-
chapel.
Yeah,
and
we'll
then
just
I'll
ask
So
figure
you guys are here, you'll say,
Order of
look, the
night,
new
whatever
chapel's
it
over
is.
here.
Right.
The old chapel's way the fuck out in BFE.
Okay.
You don't want to go out there. It's a
Uh-uh.
ruin. You don't want to go there. But
Okay, so we definitely want to go there. at
Yeah, it's a
some
new
point,
chapel
right?
first,
Like
and then old
that's-
chapel. Yeah,
yeah,
got
right.
it.
so you guys
So there wasn't a
are
giant
actually
sign
right
that
here.
said
So it's like
BB.
all the way across town to get there.
Okay.
That's fine.
So
We'll do
they're at the
that.
Silver Wagon, which is closer, but
Mhm.
still not that great.
Sounds good.
All right.
I mean, I'll take me where we go
So,
right
Yeah.
now.
Elib, Jazz, and Erevar. What are you guys doing? What do you guys do?
What time is it?
Time for you to
It's
watch.
coming up on like 4:30 or so, dinner time. You see people coming in the Silver Wagon. They're getting early suppers. They're kind of looking at you guys like, huh? And a couple of people seem to look at Elib and be like, oh, shh.
Now,
You may actually hear somebody go, you may actually hear somebody go, oh shit, he's back.
I had a quick question.
Yes.
about our memory. The 4 weeks that are gone.
Why
Yep.
is he
Do I
barefoot?
remember?
why is he naked?
Do I remember leaving?
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
Okay.
I'm not looking.
I know.
I can't help but feel gay feelings about this.
Once we've all gone to bed, once I'm in my room, I'm writing a letter home.
It's all getting
Wait,
so
wait,
much
Far.
Wait.
Nobody in this town seems to have recognized you.
Right.
Wait, Erevar,
They definitely recognize these guys.
we are supposed to meet
Cheers,
those people
lads.
tonight, so don't go to bed.
Meet which people tonight?
The Sleepless Society.
Oh,
Thank you for telling us that, because we forgot.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
saying when
I
we go to
forgot
bed,
these.
I'm writing a letter.
Okay, so
You guys are back
after
in
after my
in the
bath, I go
donkey
back to the
bubble.
room to change and everything, but
I waited for my
I-
clothes to just
okay.
come
we are gonna go, yeah, we're gonna go to
Disgusting,
the
disgusting.
Sleepy Society.
These two are back at the barn outside of the stand going, let's
Don't
make some
change,
ass
like it just the
lizards.
way you are.
Oh my god.
Not in the slightest.
No.
Not
Alright, so
even.
what are you guys doing?
About what time do I think we're supposed to meet with the,
8-ish.
oh, so dinner beforehand?
Yeah.
Okay,
We already ate
so,
dinner.
huh?
Oh, no, we didn't eat
I had
dinner.
lunch.
Second dinner.
Well, they
What
have
about
the
second
bread
breakfast?
and the apples and
Second,
stuff.
Right.
second
Yeah, that was
dinner.
breakfast.
Second
So,
lunch is.
so after the bath, I go to my room,
I thought that was
freshen
the
up.
after-school
It's
snack.
actually
Come down.
quite nice.
Come down.
Uh,
I come down and ask for dinner. What do you have available for dinner?
Well, so obviously Dina looks at you, she's like. And she sends over one of her barmaids. She's like, we have mutton stew that's on the thing right now. You look over to the big sort of thing and they've got a big cauldron. But we also have some capons that are fresh, that are good, and some quails. They're a little pricey.
Okay, I'll have a couple of the quails.
Of course you will.
Of course. You fucking. Yes, yes,
No, you
yes.
won't.
Of course you will.
Not too,
Yes,
not
yes.
too many. They're
So
small,
she
but-
looks at you, she goes, there's a choice of 2 sides. We have sweet potato fries, coleslaw, potato salad, green beans, muscatcholi.
We just
And-
went up with some
Yes.
spots.
What is this?
Why
Cracker
is
Barrel?
it-
He's got like-
green
he's
beans.
got- we're running with that.
Green beans.
He's got like a menu memorized from somewhere in his
two
past.
sides.
Hey, I played Village of Homeland. I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, 2 sides?
2 sides.
sides.
Oh, green beans and the muscatone.
Oh, the muscatoli. It's good. It's really good. It's been baked under the fire, so it has that muscatoli crust on it.
Oh, boy,
Mhm,
that's good, yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
And sir,
Now I'm hungry.
Me too.
You
mhm.
know
Yeah,
what
muscle
you like?
sounds really
Yeah.
good
would you
now.
like
That's
something
not
to eat?
good.
Your Cobalt friends get some quail. It is quite good. We have
Getting a little
several.
quail, are you?
Yeah, but I'll need like 6 times the amount he eats.
Okay, so 12 quail.
Yeah,
No.
too late.
Uh,
You opened that door, buddy.
I
I
am
would
not,
love to have.
I'm not
I
going to
would-
pay for everything.
You
I
opened
have
that
paid
door.
so
We're not with them.
I have paid so far.
That's on you, man. You could have just left and joined us at the stain. You're all stuck there now.
Sure.
We get on okay.
You guys went out fine. The
Really?
3 of you,
Yeah.
though.
He vouched for them. We did not.
He's the one.
I know.
I will eventually slow down, but
No, get,
So a
get
total
something
of
more
14
individually.
quail?
No.
What?
No.
Oh,
Get something more individually sustainable.
would you like a salad? They're good salad.
the quail's
A
good.
nice spinach for dinner.
Erevar, get the quail. It's really good.
We make a fantastic vinaigrette.
Get the salad as a
It's
side.
Combination of ranch dressing and with just a hint of nose grease.
Man, I'm gonna go to
Hint of what?
Nose
what's the
grease.
place that family likes?
Sounds
There's
appetizing.
a lot of places my family
The
likes.
the Italian place.
Can't keep a straight face.
No, the one
No.
on the nice building
So do you want a quail?
that's by or
Doesn't
one
everybody?
downtown
What?
Belleville,
So 15
like the
quail.
street over.
15
Yeah,
quail.
No, one quail.
Your grandma.
One for
she's,
him.
we've
She's
gone
ordered
there
12,
multiple
he's ordered
times
2.
2.
for-
I'm not.
Oh, we were there for
going to
12
pay
instead
for
of
12 quails.
Palavinos, that's it.
Well,
No, I only
That
want
sounds
2.
good right
It
now.
would be for,
I'm not going to pay for
Really?
12 quails
Yeah,
for
Italian.
for Elin.
We're talking about
well, it
Italian.
would be
You
15
can't run a
quail.
tap.
I'm
No,
Holy
no,
shit. Okay.
no tabs.
How much are the quails?
3 silver pieces apiece. So 15 would be.
This will be it.
I wish I
This will
had
be
one
it.
gold.
This will be it.
I want to
I'm
kiss
trying not to
all
be
of you
destitute
right
while I'm
now.
up here.
This will be it.
That's gay.
4 gold, 5.
This is the last one I'm spending on you tonight.
Okay.
This is the kind of chaos
You know,
that I
the
enjoy.
funny part of this is watching Elib eat 12 quail,
Yes.
which I'm assuming that he does basically by grabbing one of
Yeah,
the
right.
legs,
Yeah, and
I
just,
just go-
yeah.
like V
And like
style.
Scooby Doo, I pull out
Yep,
like the
right,
entire
exactly.
skeleton.
Yeah,
Like,
in all,
throw it.
in all fairness, I view each one like a chicken wing to eat them. So yeah, 12 is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like a cartoon with his piranhas. You just
Quails are
pick
not
up
very
one
big,
and
though.
go,
That's absolutely
Not
true.
give it up.
They're fast, but they're
As
small.
if Foxy would have eaten a whole. And
All
not
right,
given
so
up his head.
what did I say?
Just coughed it up later.
Look, I marked off 100 gold for the night, so
All right, so it's all covered, and they'll send over some wine, and this everybody
it's
gets their
100 gold,
signs.
including covering all the destruction you caused last time you were here.
So,
He's
gonna hand that over your head
for the rest
Well,
you guys notice that they're ordering a bunch of quails.
Mhm.
And you notice that Erevar looks like he is done.
Erevar,
Erevar is
you can
pissed.
almost, it's faint, but you can hear Erevar's butthole slam shut. with a
Is that what that noise
slight-
was I
slight
heard?
clap.
Slight.
The sound of a slamming butthole.
Sound of an aneurysm out of shit. Shooty.
If
So
if
they
a
come-
lizard,
and eventually they come over to you and they're like, we're doing something. We have mutton stew going on, and
Whose
but
sheep
we have
supply?
quails,
Erevar,
we have chickens.
if a lizard could
Is there
smirk,
anything that you would
I'd be
like to eat?
smirking right now.
The
Because he
mutton
loves the
stew
fact
sounds
that
good.
Mutton
she
stew.
Yeah.
Would you like
I
the
was-
trencher or the bowl?
serving us basically.
Mm.
Even if she
What
isn't
do you
doing it
recommend?
directly, she is allowing
The
her
mutton stew is
people to serve
delicious,
us.
and it comes with 2 sides. So I would get the trencher.
What do you want, guys?
If you just
Trencher's
get the
bigger?
bowl, if you just the trencher is like a
I
trough.
told Eva.
The
ratio?
bowl is a bowl.
If she gives me any shit.
So so the
Yeah.
trencher is basically a bread trough.
I was
Big
gonna
more
bring
stuff,
more.
yeah.
That they make for you, and you get 2 sides.
She did well.
Give it
I
time.
wanted to get this.
Great.
Come on.
We have green
do
beans,
something.
muscatoli, potato salad, sweet potato fries.
So his whole backstory is.
What's
It's
what's in
freedom.
the stew? You said mention.
It's mutton and
Oh.
potatoes, carrots, your
So there's
usual-
vegetables in
So
the-
much.
Yeah, the
thought.
usual
Oh, yeah.
vegetable.
Yeah.
Kind of
No,
thing.
I mean,
Can't make a stew without.
if I end up,
Right,
if
right.
this character
Carrot
dies, the
peas,
next
like
one,
that.
your character are not going to get
I will,
along in the
I will
fucking
have that,
slightest.
but I'm
This is gonna
tiefling,
be fascinating.
so I'm this bowl.
Yeah.
And,
Because his
and,
entire goal.
Just a bowl.
yeah,
is
Well,
just
does it come with
breathing
any
law.
that's okay.
Oh,
Oh, I'm gonna hate you.
This
Thank
is-
you.
This is gonna be
Thank you,
fun.
but I just, I'm,
I'll have the muscatoli and green beans.
you were gonna hate me so much.
Yeah.
I
The
feel like we're
muscatoli is
both gonna hate each other by the
Sounds
end
like
of
it.
this.
Like usual, yeah.
They bake it and then they
Correction.
crisp it.
Your
and
character's
there's that
going to
crust on
hate
the
that.
top.
Sounds
That
good.
wedding crust.
Mhm. The wedding reception kind of crust.
Yeah.
All right, so they go back, they go
Maybe
running back
chaos
and
can
they're getting your guys'
focus.
food. So are you guys, so in addition to ordering dinner,
Mhm.
are you guys,
I'm just so happy. with
was
this.
that some sort of like masturbation?
Yeah.
Okay.
In addition to ordering dinner,
Cleaning feet,
I'm
yeah.
Yeah.
enjoying the
So-
glass of wine that came with
Is
it.
masturbating.
I'm rubbing my feet less. Let me rub my feet.
Sorry,
in
I
peace.
wasn't getting
He was,
biblical.
he was rubbing
Uh,
his feet vigorously.
Let's get this.
So what are you guys doing outside of ordering dinner? Are you doing anything other than that?
Chaos.
Between say now and 8 p.m.
Okay, what is her name? Enra?
So say
Dina.
Dita.
Dina.
Dina.
Oh, Dina. So Dina is the owner of the
we
Silver
all
Wagon.
meeting these-
Right.
Dina
Damon
got
is
it.
the owner of the stand.
Right. So I am being sure to,
Racist.
It's facing away from me, so I don't know what's on it.
I am being sure to really be enjoying myself eating this food whenever Dina looks my way.
Well, with Dina, is getting angrier and angrier.
That's what I'm counting on.
Shit disturbance.
I'm not doing anything wrong. I am
Yeah.
enjoying my meal.
Well, she's watching you guys like a hawk, and you can tell that she's got a couple other people that are sort of like
Stationed around the place watching.
stationed around to make sure that you guys behave,
Their interference.
including
Yes.
one giant looking dude, maybe half over,
Almost as big as my friend.
a little bigger actually.
Oh.
Not nearly as dangerous as my friend.
Well, I mean,
That's-
we can all speculate here, but
Oh, no, I
Well,
really.
does
feel
he have a belt
comfortable.
of skulls?
Does not have a belt of skull.
I
Instead
think
of a
you look
regular
more
belt.
terrifying then.
So
It's got a regular.
little blissed out. But
Which is-
all right. So yeah, I mean,
So
the quails show
she-
up and
she seems unhappy, but she hasn't said anything negative. to
she's
me.
not no. She seems like and as frankly as time goes by, she seems to be more comfortable with the idea of you guys being here.
Okay,
So it's less dirty looks, fewer kind of problems.
okay.
That kind of stuff. As long as you guys don't start a fight.
I am only looking out for if she says anything negative towards Elib or myself.
She does, but mostly to people at the bar, not directly to her.
Now, would you hear any of that?
Yeah, do I hear it?
Sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
She's
you could,
intending for us to.
Yes!
not directly
yeah.
to
I
us.
mean, it's obviously just that
Wait,
she's
Stop
talking
causing
a
problem.
lot.
Hey,
She doesn't-
Okay, wait, that's
she doesn't
an
go
important
into-
distinction.
the best.
That's an important distinction. Now, I am listening
You're
for
enjoying
it,
this way
okay?
too much.
Oh, I am.
Do I think
you
she's
are.
intentionally saying it so I can hear, or I just happen to hear it because I'm listening for it?
Oh no, she's intentionally doing it.
I want to do stealth again and knock over another glass.
You know, she's gonna clue into this.
Okay,
So how much glassware are you gonna knock over?
just one.
Okay.
Just one. She looks over.
Utter chaos.
She looks at you. Oh, it's glorious. Then she rolls a dice.
Oh.
She does not make the connection.
Oh.
We're just sitting there eating.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
All right, she goes and cleans the thing. She figures she has a poltergeist at this point.
Yeah.
that's fine.
But you look at me.
So close.
Breaking her glassware, all right?
I only don't like her when she's
Being mean.
being yeah.
She hasn't talked to you guys since you guys first came in.
Okay, she's bad mouthed us to other people, though. I just heard it, and she was not being clandestine about it.
Well, basically, she said you guys were adventurers who had done a bunch of stuff and ruined things, which is true.
But they don't know that.
I don't think it matters.
Oh wait,
I'm kidding her.
did
No, it's okay.
what is
Okay.
happening? Because what I'm wondering is if she's pointing to Elib and I and say those two are troublemakers that I wish would get out of here.
She's definitely doing that.
That's what I'm
Okay, then
breaking the
yes,
glass.
yeah.
That's the goal. we were
That's when
going
I'm breaking the
for.
glass.
Okay.
She is not treating us like
Well,
normal patrons.
no, that's not true.
Well,
She's treating you like normal patrons.
Wait. Okay. To us, she's treating us like normal patrons. She is not considering us normal patrons.
Oh no,
That's when I'm breaking the glass.
definitely.
Well,
does
not
not.
only
Broke
that-
a bunch of
I was
shit.
gonna
Of
say,
course
only-
she's not
only
gonna
that,
treat you
but
like a
she's also
normal
not treating them
patron.
like a
They're
normal
busting
patron.
up
She's
her
not
bar
addressing
4
them.
weeks
She's
ago,
having
4
other
weeks
people
ago.
address them.
Whatever,
I have no recollection of that, and
but she does.
she's been paid for it.
I love it.
Well, so that's the weird thing, right? I mean, she recalls this very succinct and discreet history that you guys have had at her bar.
That doesn't sound like me at all.
Elib even said that. Now, I didn't say anything to her,
Tavian
but
about-
Elib has even told her that does not sound like me at all.
Tavian about a mile away, somehow, over all the noise that is being made, you can hear his eyes rolling into the back of his head from that statement alone.
David, are you okay? Your eyes.
I don't know. Oh,
Your eyes are
God.
rolling.
Oh no.
I think that Elam just said
Yeah,
something
you see?
completely
I
counterintuitive
don't
to who he is as a
fight.
person.
I
Finish
finished.
that. She's a finisher.
You have to understand, Elib would not start a fight.
Mhm.
she
But we
would
also
finish.
don't know
He
whether
would
or
finish
not
one.
did she say specifically that Elam started one.
Absolutely. she-
Okay, so then
Okay.
I don't know. Either way,
Elib
Either
would
way.
not.
in the back of my in the
I-
back of my
There's-
skull,
there's
I know
either
it's
a
for
changeling-
sure
It's either a changeling or Elam is
that I feel that
changed.
way. I don't know if it's true, but I really feel that, no, Elib would not start a fight. He
So
will
you
finish a
you
fight.
don't know if it's true, but you really feel like
Yeah,
that's the case.
yeah.
But he
Well,
could
I
start
can't-
and finish a
I
fight.
mean, personally, I can't say for sure she wouldn't.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
I
It's
personally
like
don't believe
believing
she
in
has.
God. You can't know for sure, but you can believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like we've started multiple fights in the past few days, but regardless.
But they were asking
no.
for it.
No. We were attacked every single
When
time.
when did Elib,
Exactly.
yeah, when did
They
Elib
were
ever start a
asking
fight?
for it.
The people,
What people?
in the crazy people led by the bag lady.
That attacked us?
Yeah.
No, we unleashed ghouls on them initially.
Oh, no,
No, because
You
no,
want the schools? Not Elib.
No.
That is some cop-out bullshit right
No,
there.
no.
We as a group
Okay,
united in that front.
Jax,
That
Jax
is some
did.
cop-out
Jax
bullshit.
did.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Elib
But
had no
still.
idea what was happening. Elib was in the doorway.
Elib-
ready to fight
Elib is
the
like, "What are we
to
doing?"
protect-
And I'm like, you just watch the door.
Look away. You don't want to see this.
Oh, this is.
If you want to ask if Jax has ever started anything.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so basically, so it's not even that his eyes roll in the back of his head because of you. It's you that probably started it, and Elam had to finish. The
I like
fight.
to think that Jack started the fight, but,
But
she
exactly.
didn't know. It was
Exactly.
Elam.
Average intelligence, average wisdom.
But I don't let Elib know what I'm doing it.
His friends. He will do anything his friends ask him to do. And
Yeah.
if he's asked
Oh,
to guard a
sure.
door to protect the party,
Perfect.
that's what he's
Right.
gonna do.
Which
Oh, I
is-
know. I love it so much. Oh, sorry.
We
for
are
distracting
we
you.
are awesome.
It's a great duo. No way can this backfire poorly.
No.
Oh wait.
Oh, no way.
Oh wait. A 60+ gold
No,
bill.
100 gold
The
pieces.
reason,
Yeah.
the reason we became friends is because Elib protected me after I got in trouble with a bunch of kids.
Shit. Yeah.
Now,
Did I?
I
start the
started
fight?
trouble with
Yeah.
the kids. I'll admit that to myself.
Right.
But I didn't deserve to get beat up.
No.
No.
And Elib helped. So we've been
Oh,
friends ever
God.
since.
I feel to be a
Elib's
fly on
like
the
a
wall.
paladin who gets the zoomies. He likes to protect people against bullies.
I love this characterization. All right, sorry for breaking this
No,
away.
no.
Continue.
It's a little character background and
Yeah,
dynamics
right,
of,
exactly.
of the two.
His eyes still
So
roll
you
in the back
guys
of his
are
head.
Oh yeah.
sort
For
of
sure.
sitting in the bar.
Oh,
You're like, oh,
I mean, I can't. So
Yeah,
that's about
we're,
Sparky
I'm
Paladin
gonna
line.
encourage,
Oh,
we're gonna finish up our
By one
meal
degree.
and leave prior to them.
Right. We'll stagger our leaving so they keep the ruse up.
so you're going upstairs? You're going
Yeah,
out
they
on the
don't know
street?
us.
On the street.
All right, just hanging out.
Yeah, just
We
wait until
definitely
our
don't know.
time to go meet with
Leave
the
at
other
the same
people.
time.
One of the things that as you, so it's dark. It's starting to, sun's going down when you guys go out of the street.
Okay.
And
I have dark vision, so.
yeah, it's not even about that. It's, so as you see, there are much fewer people out at dusk. And not only that, but you see people that are out there are sort of like scooting away. So you can see that people are trying to get, I mean, your impression is that they're trying to get back to their homes
Before it gets really dark.
before it gets dark.
Yeah.
Sun starts to go down and you're sort of sitting out there and eventually
funny,
you
the
find
tiny
yourself in
ones.
like at the
Yeah.
street.
That's the skill.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
People have gone out. This is the same case that happens with the Silver Wagon.
That's
Either
the
the people are
skill.
staying in the Silver
Yeah.
Wagon or they're not. People who are not scoot out of it. And you guys see this at the stand as well. The fishermen who are sort of drinking and that kind of stuff.
Wait, don't.
I mean, there's a little bit of raucousness, but the reality is sundown starts to show up and these people start exiting.
When you say skirting away, are they trying to stay in the light or are they just trying to get out? as
No, they're
quickly as
just like, it's
possible?
getting late, we gotta go.
Okay. Gotcha.
So are the windows
Mhm.
to
Okay.
the various buildings, are they shuttered?
No, they're open.
So the point is, do we see anyone,
Are they rolling up the sidewalks?
well, do we see anyone looking out their windows? I mean, you
Right.
see like, oh,
Like
what
they're
are those?
expecting something to happen.
As you guys kind of walk around,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, there are like, you know, your various grandmoms kind of thing,
But they don't have any
staring
more
out
when
the
you go back.
window, yelling, Anthony, get your ass in here, you know, that kind of stuff.
But-
But nothing, I mean, nothing that would look like people with crossbows, kind of like,
Okay.
you know, that kind of stuff.
Doesn't look like Van Helsing's
guess
about to roll into town. and
We're the
destroy it.
only ones that are on the street. I'm more interested, it's like, are, were people like
What are they
Right,
doing out
right.
there?
No,
Right,
they're not.
get inside, get
I
out of
mean,
the way.
Hello, strangers that I've never met before.
Right.
You see a few wide eyes, it's like, and at one point, there's this sort of old, sort of grandmotherly person who's in
I'm sorry. When you said that, I could think of the old lady with the pie and Blazing Saddles. Here you are, nigger. I appreciate you not saying anything.
there's a woman and she's like, you know, she signals to you guys like, get off the street kind of thing. But I mean, you guys gonna look at her like, this is our thing. And
This is what we
eventually the
do.
shutter
Yeah.
closed and she
So does the
walked
shutter.
away. It's very quick.
So we head to the silent building.
And where?
The what building?
The silent building?
The
Isn't that where we're-
sleepless.
Sleepless in Seattle
Sleepless
building.
Society.
Sleepless building, sorry, not the silent building,
Okay.
the sleepless building. I know the silent building is the old chapel, yes, because it was there.
Dark is falling.
Because they're all dead.
All
Silent.
brutally.
Silent because they're all dead.
Night is falling and
You didn't kill
largely
them,
the streets are deserted. I mean, everything that you guys have observed walking around where, you know, people sort of scuttling away. By the time you get to the sleepless building, the streets are deserted, which is like weird. It's like 7:30 at night, but everybody is
It's
sort of
dark.
locked up and it's dark.
Okay.
And as you guys walk
You
past
like-
places, there
I
are
building.
certain kind of like, you know,
Peek
Well,
out.
that's
Out of the-
Basically, that's what I was
Right.
asking.
Right.
yeah.
Are they watching out the
Sasha,
window? see-
what-
They're
we keep
watching, but
ending
I
up in
mean, a lot of
places that are
times it's just
just-
like,
Nightmare fuel.
it's looky loo
Patrol.
kind of stuff. I mean, you
No,
don't
is
you
it
don't get the
patrol?
impression that they're looking because they're against you.
But they're looking because they're out there.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
They're
I
not-
mean, this is weird.
right. They want to see what happens with why you're out there, what happens to you.
What happened?
I basically told Luke, mark me down as scared and horny.
I turned to her and I was like, Thassia, why do we keep ending up in places that are just nightmare fuel? And she was like, for the thrill of it. I was like, really? Like, is this? And she was like, yeah, I'm horny right now. I said, okay, cool. Mark me down as scared and horny. Jesus
Scared
Christ.
and horny one.
Yes, I am.
So I'm tweeting. Oh,
That's fine.
moment.
Don, you should have raised her better.
Yeah, I should have.
Should have raised her with better taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Libby. Thanks for the assist.
You brought it up, nobody else did.
Listen, mine's self-deprecating. That's an
Good point,
insult.
yes, you are correct there.
Or you eventually find your way down to the sleepless agency.
Yep.
And if someone wants to move the red pillar to there, they can do that.
Watch Fall of the Vampires.
You guys are all bad.
We knock on the door.
All right,
Yeah.
so you don't have to because Winter is waiting out front,
Oh,
and she's like,
I like this one. Winter has come.
yeah,
I'm glad
second one.
you guys have shown up. Please follow me. And she leads you into a very sort of block style building. Those of you with martial skills look at this building and you say, this is a defensible building. This is something you can see that there are like,
It's got a hill, it's got.
yeah, it's kind of high up, you know, it looks, you got some barbicans that look over the streets and that kind of stuff. This is a building that was designed specifically to be able to be defensible. You guys go in there and it's very comfortable.
Based on its size, does it look like it would be able to hold a large number of people despite its initial?
Nah,
It-
depends
it
on how you
looks-
define large.
Like if push came to shove, would it be able to house a decent number of the population of this town?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's for like a small number of people to be able to
Well,
hold off for a longer.
intimate
period.
gathering.
Yeah, it's for a small number of people to be able to hold off larger.
It's for
So-
the haves to last long enough.
Yes, exactly. The proletariat,
So you guys
bourgeoisie.
wander around inside a little bit and eventually Winter stops and she turns to you and she says, look, I know that you guys are for real, but I've had a couple of conversations with my bosses, and they worry that you are either agents of Count Lowell or otherwise problematic.
Oh, problematic.
So look, I've been in Briarstone with you, and you guys saved my life a couple of times, and so that counts for a lot. But I just want to let you know that not everybody is on board, so be careful.
What exactly are we supposed to be on board with?
Well, there's something strange happening here. in Thrushmoor.
Something strange going on.
No
in this hood.
shit.
And we don't know, what it is.
I'm being accused
And
of
frankly,
things I would
we need
never do.
all the allies we can get. Now, don't tell Sasania that I mentioned that, but
We
we
tried the ghost.
we need allies. Because frankly, the townspeople look at us as interlopers and they don't tell us things. You guys have had some luck. Integrating yourselves with the populace, and that may be due to your history here, but we don't have that option. So it could be that she's going to ask you for help.
Well,
You mentioned history. We don't know what history. The only thing we know history wise is one of our comrades here. And when I tell them the story. It's like,
Hey, what?
yeah, I'm like, what? We don't know what the history is, and it clearly is something that
oh boy,
unless
Dawson,
unless
probably
this,
listen to Snake.
unless this
Oh, yeah.
time of memory loss
Yeah, it's totally
completely
fine.
changed, have
Never heard
you
it
been
used in
with
that way, but I believe it.
has your character been with the Cobalt prior to the memory loss?
Yeah.
Okay, so unless this, something changed that during this time to change the Hapworth's, personality or something. We don't know what we've got history. So what are you
Well,
talking
and she's
about?
like, look, I don't know anything about that.
I think she's just being racist against dragons.
There's that.
Why specifically dragons?
Yeah, why
Because
Scaly,
they're dragons.
scaly,
Kills.
scaly.
Why was
Right,
I
but she
there?
didn't meet her, so
Well, I could meet her just to
you
test.
could.
Yeah.
Well,
Scaly,
dragons are dicks, you will say.
scaly.
Dragons are.
Historically
Yeah,
speaking.
remember.
We are both descendants of copper dragons.
I'm not-
Okay, well, then,
Sure.
in that case.
Less of dicks.
So she was like, look, I don't want to prejudice you in any way with Cecilia,
But I'm going to.
Yeah, but
But it's
But I'm
too
just
easy.
telling you,
so I'm
that's
gonna
what
do it.
that's where her head's coming from.
Oh, yeah.
You and I, we know each other, and I have gone to her and told her what you guys did for me. You saved my life twice, and you brought food and water and protection to people that needed it. So I've told her that you guys have done this. She disbelieves me. So she's been very cautious about this kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that whatever you guys say will convince her.
let's go.
Let's go convince her.
All right, so
Okay, not asking her directly, but to the GM,
yes.
why does Jux care if she's convinced or not?
That's a good question.
Because
I
we
think
said
it
so.
is probably rooted in the idea that this woman may have an idea of where you guys come from.
Okay,
Because you guys are, I mean, you remember the distant past, you remember sort of like some things. But the reality is you've got a month or so or maybe even more, where you just don't remember anything.
okay.
And she may know.
Maybe this way.
Please.
Please.
Hallways lined with dark
Now,
wood.
spawn.
Okay,
You guys go through there, sort of stomping through, your armor clanking around. And eventually Winter-
You've got some armor, right?
I've got a breastplate.
Breastplate? Okay, we're relatively quiet.
Winter stops at the door.
Except for her breath.
She says, look,
His breath.
whatever happens, you have my
Packs, your packs, I'm sorry.
obligation.
Poor man.
You guys saved my life, and so whatever
No,
happens,
sir.
I'm definitely on your side.
No
I
boots on
told
you,
them this,
Just packs,
so when you discuss it with them,
all packs, all.
it'll be okay. She leaves, and the door is sort of cracked open.
We'll kick the door open, let's go.
Wow.
Door opens up in a very luxurious sort of anteroom. It's not huge, but there's a massive desk, various kind of sculptures and kind of thing, and a little couch on the side.
Sticking close with,
You go in there, and there's a woman behind there. She's older, and I believe looks like this. She's older than Winter, but she's not old by any stretch of the imagination. She's sitting down at a desk,
Mhm.
and
She's got a sweet hat.
she's got a sweet ass hat, and she's writing in some sort of like ledger or journal. It's a big book, and you see her as you guys come in, and she's like, you see her, you're like, give me a second, and then you see her fingers now like point at the couches. You know, she's like writing away. She's like, "Look,"
I'll sit on one of the couches.
and she sends over there. Finally, you see her like scribble, boom, reaches up, kind of does one of these, slams this giant book over, and she's like, "You must be the people that Winter met at Briarstone Stop."
Really?
Erevar. That's why. Great. Either. Jess. That's it. I've heard many good things. However,
Can you tell Dina at the bar?
I have no control over the bar. However, I'm very curious as to why you are here. Because the last time I saw you, you were employees of account.
I don't even remember leaving Talbot.
Hmm?
I don't even remember leaving Talbot.
That's an interesting turn to that. You were here for a couple of weeks easily.
The last 4 weeks. None of us do.
Like to believe you. However, it seems so remote that I probably cannot.
If you have anyone with magical talents, then I'm sure there are spells that can verify.
I do. Why would I waste
To know the truth. Isn't that what this
It's late at night
organization is about?
anyways.
it? It's only 8 o'clock.
It's only
What do you say? You verify this claim? This Talden?
I have no memory, and it's vitally important that I do. I don't know about the rest of them, but I believe them when they say they have no memory. There were other people that were at the facility that also seemed to lack proper memories necessary.
And you, Tiefling?
I agree. Whatever's happened in the past. few
Kobolds.
oh, me.
How many kobolds do you see around here, you big douchebag?
I don't see any, so I'm
Little
assuming you mean me.
You have no object permanence of yourself.
Well, I know about me, but I don't see me.
Yeah. You don't see your hands?
Look, I guess, yes, okay.
What
Oh,
is
look,
it, dragon
these
face
claws have
thing?
not done anything.
Yeah.
What do you mean they haven't done anything?
That you've seen.
Jesus Christ.
As far as you know.
I've heard about you.
In the future, I will plead the fifth.
You used to work for the count, but now seemingly have no memory of that. Well, I would imagine that's convenient, considering what you did for the county.
Can you tell us
What did
what
we do
exactly?
for
that
But
was?
yeah, but it has pluses and minuses because we don't know what we did for the count, so.
She looks at you very curiously, like, really? Like, you mean to tell me that you don't remember the beatings, the murders?
Can I sense motive to see if she's telling the truth?
Sure.
Were we all involved in that?
We can try.
Hmm?
We can take a look. I
should've-
would do a sense.
I should have
motive.
invested in sense motive.
Mhm.
Oh, you
Are
actually
you
asked her
asking
this?
for-
Yeah.
19.
She seems serious. She looks at you, she's like, some of you I recognize, some of you I don't.
I roll an 11 sense motive. I
'Cause-
believe her, but I don't remember it.
I have a 20,
Because-
not natural.
I have a 19 cents motive.
The beatings, the murders, I mean, that terminology.
Only until morale improved, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
that-
cheer up,
that
everyone.
resonates
Cheer
with
up.
Some of my disciplines. So I mean,
We'll continue
like-
for a while.
like,
Until
okay,
morale improved.
does she
So-
recognize me?
Not specifically.
Yeah,
not
it's
you,
unlikely,
to
but I was
notice.
just saying.
But basically, she's like, look, this is ridiculous. What you did. And you know who you work for. you work for the count. And I'm not here. I'm not going to go against the count's word. So if you're trying to trap me here,
I'm a state battle mage of the Tolman Empire.
Ma'am.
I really don't
she
remember.
looks at you and she sort of smiles. Who's like, yeah, sure.
I really don't remember. Were the actions that I performed
Yeah, sure. Oh,
in keeping with the law?
This bitch.
All about the trees.
The law. She looks at you kind of funnily, and she's like, "What's the law have to do with anything that you guys did?"
I don't know.
I know who I work
I-
for. It's not this count.
Unless the count makes the law.
No.
Well,
And-
he's like Perseus.
Even
He
then,
definitely does make the law around here.
So everything he does is lawful.
to a degree, I guess.
No.
So I get it, So you guys, as you guys go to these
His character
interviews,
didn't
you
grow.
interview these
No.
people and stuff, you get the impression that
Well,
at least some of these people know you.
No, Rick can't.
This guy seems to,
Redeem.
I
I'm
mean,
not-
obviously
no,
the
No, that's all right.
redemption is not possible.
Tina Galagos knew you. And
The
basically,
people that, sorry. for
No, no.
interrupting, But the people that we met at the same, did any of them seem to recognize us?
No.
So.
Okay, so then at the very least, the two of us were not super memorable for them.
Not remember?
Does she remember
Possibly.
us? Like Thassia?
who
and
you're
I?
talking to now?
Yeah, does she remember us? Or
Not as much.
Okay,
She definitely remembers you guys. Pretty much remembers you guys.
two things.
Yeah.
Me speaking to the GM.
Yep.
You talk a lot to the GM tonight.
Well, okay,
He's trying to get himself
I
all in
love it.
order here.
so does Jax think of this person as a intelligent, deductive, rational person?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, boy, please roll high.
It's gonna get like a 3.
Perception, no, I rolled an 18.
Oh, good.
Perception is another 7, so 25.
So, I mean, generally, yeah. I mean, this person does not seem unintelligent. They seem to know you guys.
Okay,
Um,
so Jax asks this person then, because Elib and I just had a sidebar.
okay.
Is it possible that while we were on the island in the insane asylum, somebody has mind wiped us or controlled us in some way where we don't remember our past deeds? Truly, we do not. I am not.
This is great. I love that you guys have done this. I heard around town that you guys would like sort of wander around pretending you didn't know what the hell happened.
Ma'am, if I may, when exactly did these people do what you said?
What the hell are you talking about?
When specifically did they do what you said?
Like a month ago, I guess. I mean,
When did they-
This is great. This is a great.
When did
this
they
is a great
disappear?
break. I love it.
When did they disappear?
She's involved.
Disappear. I mean, they sort of stopped hanging around. Man,
Involved.
4 or 5 weeks ago. I don't know.
So for about a month, they've been gone.
Are you talking about? So you guys were talking to Sasania.
Okay, yep.
She's all,
Sasania?
she's all business. You go see her. Guys. Look, you can tell me the story. I know who you are. I know what you've done around here. You used to work for the cow. And you caused a fair amount of mayhem in this city until you disappear. And frankly, I don't give a shit what happened before. But Winter tells me that you saved her life. For that, I'm in your debt. So what I will tell you is that there is something definitely involving Thrushmoor. Count Lowell's is gone from Briarstone. And as far as I can tell, none of his constables are still at the fort. The people of this town are scared of them because there's been kidnappings and disappearances. And this is after everyone is gone. Frankly, we don't know what's happening.
So forget the people in the town. What is it that you would like us to do, Elib and I? Fine.
I don't cause fights.
We,
She looks at you
Right.
with a
No,
little
if I
bit.
could-
you have said, forget what we've done in the past.
We
Done.
did.
What can we do now to serve what is right?
Figure out what's going on in town. I got a couple of problems. I have one guy who's wandering around town telling everybody that the Witch of Briarstone is getting ready to kidnap people.
Describe this.
Is there a witch?
No, it's a ridiculous ancient story,
Okay,
which I will tell you when I have it on my laptop.
Erevar, you're listening for this part, right?
Technology suddenly appears.
Because
In the form of a laptop.
Which
you're
of
you're
the-
our
Yep, which
deduction
of,
guy.
which of something, which of Briarstone? No, that's a shit tier roll. The total for whatever knowledge check it is.
Swan, oh,
um,
flamingos.
is 11.
And flamingos, yeah.
Whatever knowledge check it is, I got an
You
11.
do know that
Is it
approximately a
initiative level check?
century ago, maybe
It's a
shorter,
what?
Initiative level check?
everyone in this.
It's a
town
knowledge check.
disappeared.
I got knowledge check.
Everyone in this village disappeared.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
basically.
smaller
yeah.
village. But.
I
everyone
actually
here-
can't get an
we're
Alex
talking about
initiative.
So
because
long
my minimum
ago-
roll is 2 because I roll 2 dice on
Long
that.
ago,
absolutely
everyone
disappeared. And
They ever come
idea-
back?
So I can't get an
The-
Alex knowledge
the
check
Yeah.
because that has
Answer
to be
for
single
this was
digits.
The idea that
Total
was
has
the
to be single digits
Briarstone
to be
witch
Alex initiative.
would come around.
Them's the rules.
Taking
Them
these
are the
people
rules.
away
Gotta play by the rules.
for some sort of
They're just the rules. I don't make them.
unspoken
That's right. You just live by them.
transgression.
Okay,
Okay.
So did they ever come
did
back?
they ever come back? Okay, so Briarstone Witch has returned to take people away.
Well,
According to this
there's a
person.
guy in town,
Double
a Grior, who
Oh, yeah.
is sort of like telling people.
Town crier.
No, he's not a town crier. He's a
Rumor
local
monger.
nut job.
Rumor monger, okay.
Basically, he's telling people that the Briarstone witch is back and we need to prepare to be removed from
He
the
was
town.
He's-
Okay.
No, he's.
Yeah, he's obviously an idiot.
So take him out, okay.
Short. compared to
Well,
them.
Make him stop.
Oh, okay.
Stopping would be preferred.
You don't necessarily have to
Misunderstood.
murder him. I don't necessarily want to foment a murder.
Misunderstood, okay. We got you. Don't murder him.
What was the name of the man? I apologize.
Who's the dead guy?
You got your murder?
Puppy size.
Yeah, what's the name of the man that I'm supposed to kill? With Lee.
Elbrior Nasma. He's a local, I mean, people will tell you he's a local nut job of moderate fame. You know how every town has like a guy who's like, oh, you mean the guy who rides a horse in a bathrobe? Yeah, that's just horse Jesus. You know,
Horse Jesus.
That's just the dance of life dancer.
Yeah.
every town has one. This
Horse Jesus.
Thrushmoor
Horse Jesus.
has El Grillo. Basically, everywhere is from place to place, from town to town. Not town to town, but like street to street, and bothers people about
Horse Jesus.
various kinds of things.
It's actually a centaur.
Centaur Jesus?
The horse Jesus is just a centaur.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold that thought. Gotta pee. Be right back.
Damn it. I thought I connected something with the centaur there for a moment. So I was like, yes,
Just
by
made him-
pure sheer
just made him
coincidence.
have to go pee.
By sheer happy coincidence, horse Jesus
Happy
being the
coincidence.
centaur is the key to this whole campaign.
Or not.
Or it's completely pointless. Just a complete.
So she gets back Sunday at 8.
So what happened? How did it?
You push her?
Well,
No.
I mean, unless it was a force push.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
She was going up the stairs.
Okay. At a house.
At Allison's,
Okay.
Allison's house, her niece's house. And
Allison
missed out
pushed
and like
Mindy broke her-
Mindy broke her foot, her metatarsal, not just her toe, but one of the bones in her foot. It swelled up. She's on a splint and with crutches in San Diego. She's flying back early now, Sunday,
Okay.
to come back so she can just get off her feet and rest and everything.
Yeah.
Trip went up the stairs.
Okay.
Ouch.
She was walking upstairs and she broke her foot.
Did you at least get a chance to see the baby?
She did see the baby.
Okay,
It's a
good.
baby.
He's a baby.
Which
It's
is
a
which is
baby.
completely wasted on her.
Was the baby ugly?
No, the baby's beautiful. Really tiny.
Breathtaking.
Breathtaking.
She's
She's
not
You're
really
the
a
only
baby
one that knows
person.
what that
Okay.
reference is?
Yep.
based on her upbringing,
Uh-huh.
but neither is the rest of her family,
Right.
really.
So they should have stopped having kids? Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
Stop procreating.
Yeah.
I would be such a
Super psyched.
Mhm.
super psyched, I can't wait to be the kid's favorite uncle,
Yeah.
but I also get a feeling that the entire family is worried to death about me meeting these kids.
Jesus.
Oh, why wouldn't they?
Right, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, did they need stories from like Avita and everyone else?
Sheila grew up, Mindy grew up in a family where it was, I know, sorry.
Ooh, boy.
Mindy grew up in a family where it's very important to look and act the right way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't.
No. No.
I mean, we
Really?
can tell by that shirt. I mean, it's just.
You're immune.
Yeah. Yeah, so whenever I'm around Mindy's family, Mindy really
Dresses
is very
herself.
is very anxious about
I
what
know
I'm
who
going to
Joanne is.
do,
I know that feeling.
because I'm going to
For me, not for you.
Oh.
not behave the way I should. Okay? Babies tend to have a way of not behaving how they should.
That's what- yeah.
Yeah, no,
So
you,
they
I know
love
it works.
babies. Babies are
Everyone loves
cute,
babies.
but babies don't behave properly.
I was working to you had to do it
Um,
the way about mine.
And I think Mindy's
I mean,
really,
it should be because of-
really nervous about being around kids and treating kids the way that she was treated.
That's legit.
Yeah. She never wanted kids. Because, huh?
Me either.
How's that going for you?
Yeah, not as good as I thought.
Delete it, soon, don't worry.
That's true. You'll have an empty house soon.
Yeah.
You know what conflict is.
So any
If and when we move to Arizona, these two kids are gonna be in Arizona. And I intend to be the favorite uncle of the kids, but not the favorite uncle of the family.
Okay, sounds good.
That's my goal, my great nephew. To be
There you go.
Be his favorite great uncle.
You get it?
Oh, yeah.
I always shudder to think, you read these things on Reddit and stuff like that about people who are like, my family is primarily made up of pedophiles and psychotic,
Wow.
but
What Reddit post?
they're my family, so I have to be part of their things. You know, I have to go to the Christmas party. I'm like, no, you don't.
None of their pedophiles.
You don't have to go to the Christmas party.
Pedophiles and
You don't have to do
rapists, you
jack
don't
shit. You know, my family hasn't
My family's murdered 30
done
people,
anything,
but, you know,
you know,
it's-
murderous or pedophiliac.
So
But I
Mindy's
don't talk to them, so you know, that's fine.
Mindy's very close to her family in San Diego.
Okay.
Her niece and her niece's kids. Okay. She has a sister up in Chicago, who she's not really close with. And she's got nieces and nephews from that sister that we're not really close with because they're related to the sister. So we just don't go up there a lot and everything. I mean, if it was me, we'd go up there several times a year for holidays and stuff like that and everything, but
Thank you for not doing that. The scheduling would be hell.
well,
You know, I tried that, right? So you guys, so those of you who are going to Gen Con, you'll see those of you who went last
Oh,
time, you met my cousins,
your
Heather
cousins,
and
right,
James,
right.
who are great. But I talk to them maybe once a year at Gen Con. My mother once characterized our family as the UN. She goes, everybody has a desk, but everybody speaks different languages and nobody really talks to each other about stuff because we all have our own shit going on. I'm like, boy, that is just about as close as accurate.
See, now that's close to what the Strife family is like.
Okay.
The Muni family is
I know.
not.
What an awesome name.
Luke's upset because Grandma has
so
such a cool
upset.
last name. Then
Such
changed
a
it to
cool
Muni.
last
Yeah.
name. No offense to Muni, but like from Strife to Muni, like
We're Millers. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes. Sorry,
The Mounier family is
Mounier.
very
Still
get
Miller
together,
French.
do things together,
Mhm.
hang out together,
Yeah.
communicate
It's
together.
money. Every time you call, it's Don Money.
Yeah. Now,
Mhm.
to the uninitiated, it may seem like we argued.
No.
That's what Tucker said. When he first met Cass and I, Cass he said, man, your parents are always fighting. I'm like, Cass and I looked at each other, we're like, what? What the? He's
My
like,
mom,
what?
my mom has this great story because my uncle Hodge owned a duplex downstairs, upstairs. Okay, he rented the downstairs, lived in the upstairs. Dad was over there helping him rewire the circuit breaker box to from fuses to circuit breakers. So mom's upstairs talking to Aunt Lindana, and there's a knock on the door, panic knock at the door.
Oh, no.
Because the tenant downstairs is like, they're gonna kill each other. You've got to hurry up and stop them because they're about to just, kill each other. And mom and LaDonna laugh and like, no, they're fine. Come on in.
They're communicating.
They're discussing.
They're
They're just having a polite debate as it
Yeah.
were.
And that's just how my family is. I helped my dad and uncles build a garage, and my dad and Uncle Mub were discussing how to do the
Loudly?
concrete. Yeah, and Uncle Floyd looks over, gets a lawn chair, sets it up in the middle of the yard, says, "Donnie, come over and get a chair." He's like, when they make a decision, they'll tell us. And we'll do it. And we sat there and watched them discuss things.
Is it a muni argument?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Oh,
I
yes.
also love the Steve story where Uncle Steve left for so long and then came back. It was just like, are we always this loud? And it's like, yes, you've been gone.
He came back for Thanksgiving and he's like, is it always this loud in here? I'm like, oh yeah, I guess it is loud.
I guess to normal ears, this would sound loud.
Speaking of Steve, you guys heard what happened to Shelley and Megan on their
Uh-uh.
trip?
What?
Who?
So Shelley and Megan went on some
Steve
sort of
Schweizenbach.
school
Steve
trip.
Schindler.
Right.
Mhm.
Rome and
Right.
Spain.
Right.
So they get to Rome, everything was fine. They hang out in Rome and that kind of stuff. They get to Spain, their luggage disappears.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Didn't
no.
hear that.
Literally, they never got it back. So they're buying clothes, trying to make this work. It's not happening. Their guide in Spain is not helping them. And to my knowledge, they have still not gotten their luggage back.
Are they still in Spain?
Yeah, they're still in Spain for like for a couple more days. Then they're coming back.
$1,000 per suitcase or something like that, or up to
Yeah, supposedly, but you have to
$3,800.
make a claim. You have to be able to demonstrate that there was that kind of value to it.
Oh.
So what he's saying
That's
is that
similar
they'll
to, like,
maybe
take a
get
picture of your
$300.
packed suitcase.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, so not great.
Take a
He's
picture
an
of
unhappy
every-
boy. Oh, also his
Poor Steve.
eye
Thank
hair,
Surgery.
that thing that he's got going on with his eye hair.
They're going back.
They're going back.
Oh,
God.
That
And
does, that condition is like, I will never forget when I was at the church in Alton,
Oh, okay.
and
Somebody had that?
well, I walked around the corner and there was a daughter, her mom, she's like had her mom pinned up against the wall. It looked like to me. And she was having the tweezers pulling what I didn't know was something with her eye.
Mhm.
And I'm like, what are you doing? It's what Steve's got.
Mhm.
And these hairs literally grow into
your eyeball.
Your
into your
eyeball.
eye and scratch.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they have to, oh, we
He
have
told-
to do
he
this
told
like once
me
a year or two,
Because
whatever.
he told me because of stubble, essentially, that he's literally bleeding from his eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus, Steve. My day's going pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Anesthetize him and do like the
That's what they're gonna, but
electrolysis.
so he was supposed to
Yeah,
have
well,
it
fuck
like
it,
a
I
couple of
guess
days
that's
ago, but
else.
it's
Fucking
been
hell.
postponed to July 1st. He has to go like full on anesthesia and they get the lasers and shit.
I thought that they did that, didn't
They
they?
did,
Yeah,
they
but
grew
they're
back.
growing back.
Well, here's the deal with the laser hair removal and stuff. You actually have to go several sessions to
Right.
separate your hair because your hair grows in cycles and follicles will reactivate.
So if you keep killing it, then it ends
Well, it's
up-
not even
Eventually
keep
it'll-
killing it. Say
yeah.
you've got like 100, but only 20 are active at a time. So you kill the 20 that
Hey,
you can
Les,
see.
I'm
and
gonna
then
have
when
to
the
be
next
getting out of
group
here
comes
about
back,
11
you have to
o'clock.
go and
When
do
was
the
it now?
next batch.
It's like 10:30.
Okay,
I didn't know what your plan is, but I got.
well, I'm gonna do more of this bullshit that I've been doing all that.
That was
Something
very
else?
short.
I didn't want to leave everybody in lurch, but I just let you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so the guy, so we'll finish off you guys. So the guy you've been talking, so
Yeah, I'll finish
the bartender, I mean, from a standpoint.
Mhm.
You know, Iman has been basically like, oh yeah, we had this like crazy guy coming in here. He was talking all kinds of crazy horseshit. We booted him out. We never saw him again. But he was talking about all kinds of the, you know, the witch of Briarstone and all this stuff, and that the Briarstone, you know, erasure was going to happen again. That's not going to happen again. It's all like
What exactly?
local random.
So
ass
she
horseshit.
wants us to do a couple of things. Kill this guy. What's the other thing?
What exactly is Briarstone?
the
to
island.
Where we are.
The island?
The island is Briarstone.
Interesting.
Andy Island.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you get in this woman's office, and she basically just looks at you and is like, "Look," and she's cordial. And Winter's there, standing there, looking a little bit prim, and she goes, "My name's Sadia, and I'm the head of the Slivers agency here in Thrushmoor. You guys have survived whatever went on at Briarstone Asylum. I'd be very curious to hear what you guys learned."
Well, somehow a lot and also very little.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Well,
And we can shoulder roll. Do you guys want to tell her everything, or is there some
brother
things
thought
you
about
want to
it.
omit, or?
One night.
thousands of years ago,
I tell her
Absalom
everything.
fell. And
Les,
I was born a poor kobold child.
Anything I notice missing, I fill
At the
in.
age of 4, I was born
What?
without a face.
Anything I notice missing in the
Neither
story,
my
I fill in.
parents didn't know.
So
Okay,
that as
perfect.
far as I am concerned, she knows everything.
I was gonna say
Total truth. All right.
accurately or inaccurately.
Accurately.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
She's never done anything to piss me off, so I wouldn't be inaccurate there.
Well, you get an impression from her that she's very confident, and you know she probably is able to see through bullshit pretty good.
Now it's a challenge.
God damn it. Now is not the time for chaos.
It's not
It's a bullshit
actually going to be a challenge. But you know she is.
I got a +7 for bluff.
I feel like she's higher level than us. For some
That's
reason.
adorable. Plus seven.
I had a +10 for diplomacy.
I got nothing for either of
You
us.
sometimes
Yeah,
get on the
16.
teeter totter at Bluff School too. Yeah.
Bluff school.
Don't tempt this. Don't tempt this. This will go badly.
It won't matter, but I do want to point out, I have a +18 for disabled device.
Well, if she's got a chastity belt.
I was thinking the same
I'll
thing.
let you know.
Damn it.
Basically, he's like, look, Winter speaks highly of you guys, but I know you from before. And frankly, you just didn't impress me then. Why should I be impressed now?
We've gained 4 levels.
Beyond
Like
that,
4 whole levels.
yeah.
That
Well,
is
technically
I've
3,
gotten 2
but-
levels in sorcerer.
well.
Beyond-
The thing that bugs you is that she's talking about some sort of time before. that
And
you
I have no
simply
idea
do
what she's
not
talking about, right?
remember.
Does Winter remember everything that happened?
Winter from out of town. She got brought in. Not
So she
very-
doesn't know us from before.
almost immediately before the incident.
So
And she's from
How
in town, but she
convenient.
remembers
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, she
Sadie
calls
is from
it.
in town.
Okay.
Winter's not.
So to be perfectly clear, who are the people that Sadia
To be
knows
clear.
from?
Well, she's
Are
like,
you
look.
fucking kidding me? It's not even the phrase, and you still fucking tied it in somehow.
Guys.
Football, if
Well,
nothing else.
Fuck all y'all.
You
Wow.
don't let me get away with something just by being different.
God
To be
damn it.
Fuck like, aw.
Fuck all y'all.
Luke, you're never gonna win.
I fucking
No,
know,
just-
man.
We gotta,
Let it
you know,
go.
we're-
I wasn't
Let
even
it go.
trying to mentally change
Let it
it.
go.
Let it go. I wasn't even trying to mentally change it. It just came out that way, and still somehow that was changed into this.
Clear. And I'm like,
Yes,
to be
it
clear.
was.
Fucking damn it. Okay, so to clarify. To be clear.
To be clear.
To be clear.
His fuck me lights on.
Yeah.
Bling, 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 bling.
Fuck all does she know from before?
Well, it's hard to tell. I mean, she's certainly keeping her cards close to the vest.
I
And,
know at the very least that Elib and
We're big feet.
Giants,
well, so she's
giant fucking feet.
the way that the way that Society has talked about
Make
it
her
is
feet.
like basically, I know you guys. You guys have been around here, and frankly, I was unimpressed. But now you're here, and
Can you see
says
our feet?
Winter says that you guys saved her life on a couple of occasions.
I'm impressed.
And that you sort of become this weird cadre of
Non-assholes that we were.
non-assholes. And basically she's like, look,
I don't know if
you
that
know,
part's true.
I gotta be honest. So I mean,
He would beg to differ.
I think it was
give me a
some
sense
non-
moment.
You can beg all you want.
I can still see some assholery.
I feel like there's a decent level of core.
Assholery?
19.
There's a rugged core of assholery down at the bottom.
Is it really
Nice.
rugged or is it pretty smooth?
So basically, you get the
Sure.
impression that she's holding some things back. She's basically like, look, I know you guys from before. You guys didn't seem that impressive, but now Winter vouches for you guys. I trust Winter, so I'm here and willing to work with you, despite my initial misgivings.
Watch your asshole.
Has she been keeping an eye on us at all since we got back? Like, and if she did she notice a change?
Well,
in any of us?
she'll admit that she knows that you guys got back.
Yeah,
What
but she
change?
wasn't watching us once we got back.
No,
Okay.
I mean, there's been a bunch of people that have come over from the asylum.
Yeah.
And frankly, she's more interested in those guys.
I got you.
because,
Even though we also came from the asylum, so she should also. be
Well,
worried
she
about
thinks we're
us.
all
Yeah,
assholes.
but we weren't resident.
well, no, it's not an asshole thing. It's
Mhm.
more of a like a known quantity thing. Winter tells it
Well,
like,
but-
these guys know what they're doing. So keep an eye on the fucking asylum guys
Okay.
who are mentally ill,
Oh,
who
gotcha.
may go berserk.
Mhm.
Fair.
What she's basically saying is like, these guys won't go berserk. So she's like
Most
focusing
of
her.
us.
Okay.
And she'll frankly admit, she's like, I got 5 guys.
Oh, wow, I've never
That's
had a
my goal
restaurant.
for
Can we
And
try
none
that
of-
later?
So did anything go
She
missing? Is that
dropped a
why
few
Winter
peanuts on the
came?
floor. What?
Did anything go missing? Is that why Winter was sent here?
No, Winter was sent here because there were some odd things going on. Count Lowell's was acting erratically.
Mhm.
We had some issues thing. It seemed to be centered around what was going on at the asylum. So I reported Winter from Almonds. I sent her over there, and then about a week after I sent her over there, all hell broke loose.
So you say that the count was acting erratically.
Mhm.
He's been gone for about a month.
No, he's been gone for
A couple weeks, right?
about 4 weeks.
About a
About
month.
Thank God.
So
I
the
was waiting
exact
for that. I
time,
was due.
My
month.
timeline is kind of
a
Quite,
exact month, in fact.
In
Yeah,
Galarian, a month is actually 5
It's
weeks,
actually-
so.
basically
It's actually
what you-
4 weeks in a
I was
day,
like,
so.
there's no way that that's not gonna click, right? Like, you said 4 weeks, it's gotta be a month.
All right, fine. That's it. Kevin's DM now.
Luke, good job.
There's no way.
You caught him in a lie.
Like, yeah, it's a month.
You
So
started
she's,
it. You're
so
gonna
he's been
finish it.
gone for a month, or also known as 4 weeks.
Yes. 4 weeks about that. Now, if you excuse me, I have to kiss my own. But
So,
no, but yeah, basically what she'll say to you is like, you guys sort of vaporized about the same time that Lowell's did.
so we
Vaporized?
disappeared.
Well, you guys were in town,
Uh-huh.
wreaking a moderate amount of havoc.
Uh-huh.
Then you guys disappeared from town.
But it's not like a Thanos snap. It's like
No,
we
it
just-
was like within like 48 hours.
Gotcha.
72
Okay.
hours.
Gotcha.
So we got word that the count had left Thrushmoor
Mhm.
about a couple of days after you guys disappeared from town.
When did that general take over?
The major domo.
Yeah, or domo,
It's like a secretary.
Yeah. When did they take over?
Same
Was it
time.
immediately
When
afterwards?
Lowell's
Okay.
left, they took over.
I have a question,
Sure.
because I don't remember if we have or not.
Okay.
Have we actually seen a picture of the count before?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so then we. Okay.
You know what he looks like.
You know what he
We
looks
know what
like.
it looks like, so if we saw him, then
Wearing a
perfect.
cap, got bangs.
So he started. So when did he start acting erratic? Before he disappeared.
So she'll look at you and she'll be like, well, when it comes to Count Lowell's, erratic is a sliding scale. He's been
County money.
he's been an odd guy
It's been the Kanye West.
since he
of this
took
town.
over. And before he took
I'm
over, frankly. So
God.
she's like, I remember 20 years ago when his father was still Count.
Back in the good old
And,
days.
and Lowell's the fourth
Make Thrushmoor great
used
again.
to, he used to spend tons of time in his lab. He used to, when people would run into him in the street, they would talk to him. He would talk all kinds of crazy shit.
He was
That's-
washing people's
The
feet
Count's
all the
father?
time.
This is
Count's
20.
father.
This is 20 years. When Lowell's the third died and handed things off to Lowell's the fourth, it seemed like Lowell's the fourth, the new guy, got better. He was interested in a lot of weird shit beforehand, but when he took over as Count, he seemed to be all business, and that lasted for several years.
Okay.
Word came around that he was buying books, that he'd hired people, consultants, magic users to come and visit with him for sometimes upwards of months. Nobody really knew what was going on because the business of town kept getting done. So every month he would hold court, he would adjudicate whatever was going on, and then he'd go back to his thing. And one of the things that we noticed that was different was that Lowell's the Fourth used to come into town quite a bit, talk to people, get dinner, hang out as the count. After his father died, and after he started to take a lot of visitors at the hill, he came to town less and less, to the point where the last couple of years he would rarely, if ever, come into town for dinner to see people, that kind of stuff. If he needed to see people from the town, like council guys or the guild guys, he would summon them and they would go up to Iris Hill and they would talk with him. And generally speaking, when they came back, they were reticent about what they had talked about. And we assumed that it was normal because a lot of times it would be business shit or political shit that these guys need to keep quiet. And so they're not going to walk out of the portcullis at Iris Hill and start to yell, "Hey, I talked to the count and he says that we're going to murder all you guys," and that kind of thing. So there was, it was never like that. It was sort of business as usual. And frankly, everything kept on keeping on. The fishermen went out in the morning, came back at the night. Our agriculturalists would grow their maize and barley and that kind of stuff. And honestly, the reality is that nobles aren't really all that integral to successful shit done. But he's our noble and that kind of stuff. Then we got word that about 4 weeks ago he took off. And there were several people who actually saw him. There was a series of 4 or 5 wagons that Lowell's colors were on. He took off from Iris Hill. His major domo is supposedly in charge there, but frankly, we keep on keeping on, right? We don't need to go to the major domo for things. We've already skipped a court day because Lowell's is not here, and probably skip the next one, which is in about a week and a half.
So did anyone actually see the count, or did they just assume?
There were a
because it was-
couple of people that saw the caravan leave Iris Hill.
but not the count.
Nobody
himself.
ever saw the actual count on top of any wagons or something, but they left before dawn.
Yeah.
And the only people out and about were various fishermen and costermongers, and they all they saw was the caravan. But it was assumed because the major domo had to come to town a couple of times, and she basically said Lowell's is in his country house, and he would be coming back after the end of summer.
So
Did she talk to the domo, or?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say, 'cause if
because I
she's-
heard she's secondhand.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because if she's really good at sense motive, I'd want to know if they were
secondhand.
talking to first.
You would do sense motive
Yeah.
on her if you want. But
Well, no. I'm saying like if she did sense motive against them, yeah.
this came
Okay.
to her separate.
Gotcha.
so far our 2 jobs are kill the guy talking about the witches and
Well, not necessarily kill, but yes.
and hunt down the wagon and kill everyone in there.
The caravan?
The have a thing here.
Yeah.
Go on.
So I have a question
What's your question?
for the Witch of Briarstone.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know whether or not I can keep going with this.
Big old
Big
baby.
booby.
I'll just
I'm
make
keeping
some
those.
notes.
Be tired. Too tired.
These are chocolate out.
All right. All right. Sorry.
The Witch of Briarstone
Maybe tickled on me a little bit.
made the former village completely disappear.
If you did, it's your fault.
So this is a while back. You want to hear the actual story of that?
If you can give me a summary, that's fine.
Oh, I have the story. So here's the story of the Thrushmoor.
What's the
vanishing.
story?
Grim mysteries surround the founding of Thrushmoor, which was loosely tagged at about 4024, about 200 years. Thrushmoor, a modest community on the banks of the Avalon Bay and Usalav's Versex community. The first residents were a dour but pious lot who raised their prayers to Pharasma and also worshipped her servants, the psychopomp ushers Damar, the denied, Shaddix, who dreams, and Vanamos, the morning storm. These original settlers raised a settlement at this location, not just for its seclusion, but also because of the great stones that rose from the shore. Etched with strange runes and crowned with graven stars, the settlers took them for totems, godstones, and assumed that they were raised by the ancient Kelid clans that inhabited the land long ago. They reconsecrated these stones in the names of their own deities and made lives in the pale stone's shadows, yet their assumptions were utterly wrong. The wanderer Ariadne realized this, a Kelid practitioner of the ageless god-calling tradition. Ariadne traced her lineage back to the Laxon clan, a people who once claimed Thrushmoor shores as their own. Though resentful that her people were wiped out in Ustalav's founding wars thousands of years before, she remained patient enough to enact a subtle revenge. It began with the whispers of one of her gods, the Lord of the Woods, the incarnation of Shub-Nagarath, describing the stones within Thrushmoor, or the Stead Land. Through her vile communions, she learned that these obelisks were a variety of ancient stones that brought power to the mortal world, and that they could be capitalized on. Ariadne made her home not far from Thrushmoor, of a rocky speck of land in the Danver River known as the Briarstone Isle. Amid its woods and rocks, she raised 3 new godstones, each attuned to a particular entity. Soon after, she presented herself to the settlers of Thrushmoor as a wise hermit who knew much of the stones that they lived nearby. She confirmed the stones' ancient religious power and encouraged the people to give praise to them. The community was wary of this at first, but when their people's praise seemed to be answered with fearful but prophetic dreams and by the work of a tall, shadowy figure, they embraced their new worship with zeal. Unknown to them, however, Ariadne and her servant were truly responsible for the supposed miracles in their midst. Records claim that the Thrushmoor vanishing occurred on the night before the Band of White, a mercenary company overseen by one of Ustalav's infamous royal accusers, planned to attack and subdue the rebel town. As the fires of the faithful burned high, their smoke lifting sacrifices of blood, and worse, Ariadne stood within sight of all 3 of the star stones and called out to her deity. By the fathomless winking of the marks upon them, the outer gods heard Ariadne's summons and sent a piece of themselves forward. The next morning, the Band of White found Thrushmoor empty. Only a few gory spatters suggested what ancient magic had wrought. The village's structures, though, were untouched. Not a single survivor was found, and the work complete, mercenaries hurriedly withdrew. Almost immediately, Thrushmoor gained a reputation as a cursed place, and rumors began of something lurking in the nearby waters, a legend that would come to be known as the Watcher in the Bay. For centuries, the town traded hands between outlaws and lake pirates. But by 4288, about 30 years ago, a new generation of settlers reclaimed Thrushmoor. Stories of curses and strange sightings persisted, but the generation's old evils were mostly and purposefully forgotten. Still, there are tales, the Briarstone Witch and the Tatterman. Book stories for children. Youths and adults alike avoid Briarstone Isle.
Say the Tatterman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This place is just cursed and should be left alone.
I think so.
I think I agree with you. We met-
So I left a map, trailing down to Absalon, if you want to switch, adventure path.
We've met, well, to a degree. We've met this Tatterman.
So are you saying this to Iman
Yes.
at the stain? He's like,
No.
Yeah,
We're
right.
with them.
Oh.
We're with them. We've been with them this whole time
Okay.
with Cecilia.
oh, it's a C. Okay.
Yeah. Good. Oh Lord, that would be
That'd
we're
be
telling her.
terrifying,
that would be
yeah.
insane.
You've met this town. You
Yes.
know this to be true.
He
These
is an
rumors, these legends.
entity that we have come across on Briarstone Isle.
Tell me everything that you know.
I conveyed to her everything that we know about the
So
town.
basically, is there anything you can hold?
Aside from my own personal history, no.
I'm Tatterman. They didn't believe me.
I do mention that part of him saying, "I'm the turtle
I
man."
tried to convince them that I was a Tatterman. They wouldn't have. it.
no.
Go back, go back.
All right, so she seems very much taken aback by this. And she's like, if what you tell me is true, then we have a much different problem than what we ascertained it to be. If that, if that's the case, and she seems nonplussed by this, and she's like, she looks over at Winter. She's like, Winter, are these guys for real? And Winter's like, look, these guys saved my ass twice. They came to me, they fought everything that came at us. They're for real. And so she looks at you and she's like, all right, well, shit, we've got problems. We need your help.
Right here in River City.
Also, just
Thinking
because
the same thing.
it comes to mind, you also have a serial killer on the loose.
What?
The bag lady
I'm not
escapes.
loose.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Mina.
you are.
I was not talking about
Yes,
you, but I am
you
concerned now that you say
are.
that. The bag lady escapes,
Oh,
and she was
I'm
able to
not
reach the main.
That's the dumbest
The
thing
thing
I
is, like,
think I've
I
ever heard you
Relax.
say.
Did you say that?
So she's like, what? All right, so basically what were you saying?
The bag
Before-
lady was
Before
able to
Jex
escape.
declared himself a serial killer.
Before Jex decided to just throw himself on the pyre
Joys
for
of
some
long-term
reason.
friendships.
The bag lady was able to escape. I don't know if you.
The bag lady, who's this bag?
She's some crazy woman that we ended up having to try and fight, and she was a servant of the Tatterman. She's currently running amok on the mainland. She was able to swim here. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but I guess she had luck from the Tatterman somehow. We saw her, or
So you're saying a representative of the Tatterman is somewhere on this island? Not on the island, but on the mainland.
yes.
Fuck's sake. So you, so Sadie is like, you hear her sort of like ring a little bell, and a couple of people walk in, and she's like, yes, Mrs. Sadie, what can we do? It's like, tell them your story.
I repeat everything.
And so Sadie goes, I want you to find this woman. I want you to bring her here. Capture her alive if possible. If she gives you too much trouble, that is okay.
I try to give them as good a description as I can of the woman.
They pay massive attention. I mean, they're like focused on you when you tell us. And then they leave. She goes, in the meantime, what you've told us is troubling, frankly. Between us, we've seen Lowell's Lake, we've seen most of the people at the fort. We also have kidnappers. There's something wrong here.
Oh, we are well
Speaking
aware of that.
loudly.
Wow, yeah.
Frankly,
About 3 weeks too late on that front.
frankly, we would like you to join with us. I can't make you sleepless agents, but if you were to join with us, we share information. That would be about it. What do you say?
So our stock just went up with this woman.
Yeah. Well, she seems, the discussions that you guys have had with her, she's like, these guys are clued in. And frankly, you get the impression that she's like, these guys are out of towners. Maybe if things go bad, I can blame it on.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mhm.
Tomatoes.
That's a good way to.
But she also seems to recognize you guys. I mean, she said on a couple of occasions that, you're not working for Lowell's anymore. You're not part of the government anymore.
Not part of the man.
No.
which is weird because you have remember none of them. But everybody seems to be like, well, obviously the woman at the inn recognized Elib and Jex, although not everybody else.
That does call into question, why does the rest of the town seem to not really react to nobody else seems to really have reacted to you guys other than the bartender.
We weren't dicks to everyone.
You guys were running
That might
around
be it.
beating up and murdering people. I feel like that's a pretty easy face to remember.
Says them. I don't remember doing that.
I mean, that's fair, but if that's
No,
the
don't
case,
eat that.
why is it that most of the town has been relatively
No.
calm with your return?
Well, she says, I don't know.
Mom will think you're pooping gold.
You know, frankly, you guys, you know,
Tegan
because
is
we're in
all
town all
about
that.
Will be dropped.
Because
I dropped it.
we're up on the hill
Killed it.
most of the time.
Well, we have a vested interest in ensuring that
He's generally pretty good
this
about
does
looking
not
at these.
continue.
Which is good.
I can't speak for the rest of them, but
Tegan hasn't learned.
I can speak for myself, and I'll say that I will do as long as you help me, whatever I can to ensure that you had a man at the Briarstone, which whatever the hell is happening.
She reaches out, she says, fine,
You can't do
that will be good. Be careful.
No, you can't do it.
Talk with liaison with Winter.
She goes,
would
I
like to
am,
meet
he's
Dan
saying,
with
I am
a
going
little
to
bit
kill
of
you in your sleep. You tease me with this
distance
napkin one more
between
time,
you guys,
and I'm
because
going
you
to
guys
kill
don't
you.
work for sleep, listen.
Or if
that
you-
goes
Whoop,
in. And I have to answer to my superiors and all this and Absalom, but yeah, I want to get to the bottom of what's going on here. Thing, if it was up to me, where I would start was agree you. He's been yelling about the Briarstone witch in various places.
He's
And
like,
there are a
"You're
lot of people
considered
have come
the
to
higher
us
level."
because they've gone to the fort and they can't get any help. So they come to us and say, can you stop this guy from aggravating my clients, chasing off my bar patrons. He's been going berserk about stuff. If you guys can talk to him and figure out what the fuck he's on about, maybe put a stop to it, that would go a long way.
Sounds like your crazy man might have a little more
Let's go.
knowledge than you think.
It's possible. We haven't been able to fucking grab on him.
We'll go in the morning. Do you have a place for us to stay here until the morning?
We have a couple of rooms that you can stay if you want to stay.
I think it's safer that way. Something does not seem right at night. Unless everyone else is keen on getting back to the wonderful place that you
No.
I'd
guys
rather
were
stay
staying
home.
at before.
You're talking about rooms about the size of this room.
All sort of like, heads and asses.
Yep, that's fine.
Sounds painful.
Heads up asses or heads next to asses?
Fine. Do you guys want to stop there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Short but sweet.
Are you 5th level?
Oh, is that level one?
God, let it
Yeah, so we
go.
7th level.
You're not,
There you go.
let me check in how many
Are we
experience
supposed
points
to
you
be
got
4th level?
tonight.
Yeah.
Zero. You got 0 experience points tonight.
Damn it.